1.
You catch my girl legs open, better smash that. Don't be surprised if she asks where the cash at.
Let's talk about what they don't want you to talk about.
On the Nicoleone Show, WGAG Radio, Monday through Friday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, or join.com.
WGAG Radio.
Ether becomes 6 ether through time and age. So evolution would be through time and age, a thing decays and thus it dies and evolves. And so therefore it really wouldn't be death. It would really be evolution. It really wouldn't be death. It really truly would be a transition from one state of existence into another state of existence, into a third state of existence, 3 states of triple darkness, and then
this
back
is all
into
part of the
nothing.
ether. The ether,
Yes.
ether 6 to ether 9, and back to ether 1 through ether 6 to back to ether 9.
Yeah, and according to the person's physical and genetic, mental, and etheric, and spiritual, and all that makeup determines how they pass through those states of existence.
But it
and
still
reaching
resurrects back to 9, though.
Yes,
it doesn't matter.
absolutely.
The evolution has to take place for the revolution to begin.
Yeah, if they were 9 ether, they will resurrect as 9 ether.
No, even in 6 ether, because it says 6 ether dies and 9 ether resurrects. So even in 6 ether, because 9 ether, even in 6 ether, there's a resurrection. Once you go through the evolution of death from 9 to 6, there's a resurrection again from 6 to 9.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
But in evolution is 6 and evolution is death.
Yes. 6 feet deep.
Yeah. That's why I like the part where he says evolution is continuous decay and not improvement, as Caucasians will have us to believe.
Yeah. Because they got everybody thinking like, they got everybody thinking like it's natural for the person to evolve. It's natural for the human species to evolve. I don't know if you saw that post I did, but I just did a post. They said that the sperm cell, the Y chromosome in the male has shrunk from 100% down to like goddamn, I think it's like 13 or some shit, genetic markers. And they saying like it's not going to shrink anymore because it's at the base elements of all of its genetics. So it won't shrink anymore. But if it was to shrink anymore for any reason, then the Y chromosome would disappear off the planet Earth. And they gave examples of mammals that have already lost their Y chromosome. Yet they still able to reproduce because of genetic compensation. Like with Seth, the name Seth in the Bible means compensation. So due to compensation, they're able to still reproduce right now. But they're on their way out as a species because the Y chromosome has died.
Okay. Babylon, I hate to cut you off, but I got to knock out this count 2 so we can go to count 3 because there's more to build on. The further we go into the laws of nature and the code of opposites. But when I asked the question about the power of necromancy, I got the answer from Nubi. And he just basically told me that the power of necromancy is death. So that's for those who's a little bit slow like myself. So the power of death or necromancy is basically death. So when he says that death of a universe takes the form of animal kind and the power of necromancy.
Now, we talked about animal the other day. Anzu.
So
animal
let me go back a little bit so I can get a better understanding where it says when a universe dies, evolution begins, and evolution is 6, and 6 is the zodiac, the animal world. So death of a universe takes the form of animal kind. So now the death of a universe takes the form of animal kind and the power of necromancy, which we would consider that to be death. I'm going to look into it a little bit more because I'm trying to actually see that shit. Death of a universe takes form of animal kind once it starts to evolve. And then the power of necromancy kicks in. Is that like the power of decaying or some old shit? Where I don't fucking know. The power, I'm still stuck on that. But is this for me, J1? The practice of supposedly communicating with the spirits of the dead in order to predict the future. I don't.
Yeah, it gave birth to that religion.
Okay, now I'm fucking confused again.
Well, it's clear to me that death relates to necromancy, and necromancy is a necropolis, which is a cemetery. Seminary. Now,
okay, but when they say the power of necromancy is where I'm stuck at. Now, I'm sure. Listen, it's not clear to me. So this is where I get confused at. This is just where I'm having a hard time trying to see this death of a universe takes form of animal kind and the power of necromancy.
The zodiac.
Well, the zodiac would be the animal world, right? Don't confuse me, Babylon. The zodiac is the animal world, and death of a universe takes the form of animal kind, which becomes in the form of, the zodiac, which is 6. And then what I'm stuck on is where it says, and the power of necromancy. So it takes the form of animal kind and the power of necromancy. And that's just a new word that I the first time I saw that word necromancy was in Breaking the Spell on Blacks. So I just don't have an idea. I just can't wrap my mind. Neff, maybe you can help me on this, but wrap my mind around. I can see the universe taking its form once it died. The death of a universe takes the form of animal kind, because then that's evolution, where it starts to decay. But the power of necromancy is the one that fucks me up. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm having a hard time of saying that part of it. The power. I guess the key word is power of necromancy.
Right.
So that's where I'm stuck at. That's where I can't see it. So if anybody can help me out.
I do have a comment regarding that to explain power. The power comes from the worship of animal spirits. And that's what white people do. That's why I mentioned Anzu.
But we're talking about the death of a universe. We're not talking about flesh. Yes. We're talking about the death of the universe, where I don't want to be confused with white people and their worship of animals. I'm still stuck on death of a universe takes the form of animal kind and the power of necromancy. So if you can stay on the universe, and I see the evolution, like I said, of animal kind, because that's decaying, but it's the power of necromancy that fucks me up.
Now, first of all, let's get this straight. Animal kind, would you equate that to human beasts?
No.
No, then me and you would be on. You know what I'm saying? I would have to find your definition of animal kind and see where you at in the trail of what you saying define animal kind is, to really give you an answer.
Because not all animals are beasts, so there's no way I could just group all of them to be beasts. But
no, I'm just saying, what do you define animal kind as when he said?
Like I said, I understand the death of the universe takes form of animal kind, because prior to that, and if I go back to count 1, he explains the zodiac of being 6, and he is the 6 ether, or he, on the physical form, would be the king of the animal kingdom. I understand that. Absolutely. But I'm stuck on the fact of the fucking death of a universe, because we're dealing with the law of nature and the codes of opposites. Also with this universe being a ball of ether. So
I think the power is in religion. I think that's where he's talking about the power and the worship of that. And I
don't get it, because we're dealing with a fucking universe, though. We're not dealing with human beings on this planet. He gave a description of the universe being that. I mean, come on, a universe is a ball of ether whose diameter is in the range of 3 trillion times 6 trillion miles to 3 trillion times 9 non-million miles, and whose insides are dotted throughout with liquid solid ball growth. And according to the law of nature and the code of the opposites, everything that lives must die, be it flesh or spirit, visibly or invisibly. or invisible, and the universe is no exception. Although it is the biggest existence that can be called a living being, a universe is living at one time and dead at another time. It is in order at one time and disorder at another time. So when a universe dies, evolution begins, and evolution is 6. And 6 is the zodiac, the animal world. Death of a universe takes the form of animal kind and the power of necromancy. And that's what I'm just stuck at, and the power of necromancy.
Let me say one thing, though. Now, when we say the evolution is 6, the universe is 9. The depth of the universe would be 9. And those would be 9 ether beings who personified on this side of hydrogen, being of 9 ether, the first and primordial being. And then their decay down into another being will represent the spiritual powers of those evolutionary forces coming into being, as opposed to those 9 ether forces.
But I'm dealing with the universe. I just still don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I already know that doctrine. I already understand that science. I'm just stuck on the word power of necromancy. I don't understand that, because he got it. He said, and the power of necromancy. The death of the universe takes the form of animal kind and the power of necromancy. That is what I just don't understand, that part. And the power of necromancy.
It's clear to me.
Okay, you keep saying it's clear to you, but it's not clear to me. And that's why I'm stuck at. Yeah, I know it'll be clear to damn near 99.9% of the motherfuckers that's listening, because you niggas are smart. Well, in this case, I can't wrap my mind around and the power of necromancy. It's just not being explained to me where I can say, okay, I understand the power of necromancy. J1 is giving me a definition that still don't fucking help to me. Communicating with the spirits of the dead in order to predict the future. That has nothing to do with the death of the universe that takes form of animal kind and the power of necromancy. Why don't you type in the power of necromancy? I'm trying to figure out like what the fuck is necromancy? What the fuck is that? And where does necromancy get this fucking power from? And once I get an idea of what the fuck is necromancy and where does it get its power from, because he said, and the power of necromancy. You know what? I'll just ask Dr. York. Let's go to, I'll take a short break.
I agree with that definition, though. Everything that he said other than predict the future. That's when that's the cracker part come in at. The other part of the definition is true about necromancy.
Okay, but remember, though, see, to use the word spirits throws me off in that definition, communicating with spirits, because he says earlier, according to a law of nature in the code of the opposites, everything that lives must die, be it flesh or spirit. Hello? So necromancy can't even be like death in regards to the definition of fucking spirit. Can you read it to me now? And I'm going to bring in Fireliners too. Can you read that for me now in Breaking the Spell on page 116? Okay. Breaking the Spell on Blacks. Like I said, that's the first time I saw the word necromancy.
Me too. Hopefully this would form a picture. I don't know how much you will, but here it is. 116 starts this. If you really look at what he is doing, this is in respect to somebody named John Edward. He's called a necromancer, practicing calling on the dead. The same is spoken about it in the Bible as speaking to familiar spirits found in Deuteronomy 18, chapter 18, verse 10. It says, according to the Bible, this is an abomination, and according to the Christian churches, is practicing paganism. Necromancy is something that people of this same Christian church have persecuted. It basically is touted. It's basically the practicing calling of the dead. That's what it basically refers to in Breaking the Spell.
Okay, so technically, the death of the universe takes the form of animal kind and the power of calling on the dead. The universe.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Fire liners, come on in. That shit still don't make no sense. But I got to pee. I just don't understand. Like this part right here is just a motherfucker. The power of necromancy. How does the death of a universe takes the form of animal kind and the power of necromancy? So I just don't get it. But the fire liners, you got an open mic. Can I get a mic check from you?
Mic check. How's everybody doing? Babylon, Don.
It's an honor to hear your voice. Thank you, fire liners, for coming in.
Okay, the more y'all talking, the more confused I am. But let me say that my understanding of necromancy is anything that has to do with dead. There are people who are necromaniacs who fuck dead people. Necromancers, as he said, is anybody who communicates with the spirits of dead. So what I got from what you read in the 9-ball was the power of necromancy is the constellation, because the constellations are always animals, has something to do with animals.
Oh, okay. Keep going. I can see that.
Okay, so therefore, connecting astrology with necromancy is the constellation that whenever primitive people look into the sky, they see these constellations, which are animals, that gives them power. That's how I read it. I may be all the way wrong.
Well, when you threw in the people, that threw me off with the universe, that little ball, the ball of ether. But I understand how he tied that in now, and the power of necromancy based on the constellations.
Correct, and the astrology, because when he says astrology, he's talking about the constellation.
The zodiac, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, okay. Let me try to get this right in my head. The death of a universe takes the form of animal kind and the power of necromancy. So then it reverts back to the zodiac of the constellations. So is it like the evolution of the universe? Once it takes the form of animal kind, it turns into a dog star, or like a constellation where another fucking animal is it that type of shit?
Yeah,
that's why he said.
Okay, oh shit! Oh my God! Don't nobody say nothing. Be quiet. Okay, I can see this shit now. Okay. So basically, Fireline is, when we're looking at these constellations look like bulls and goddamn dogs, that is the death of a universe taking the form of a fucking animal and the power of necromancy. So this is what we're looking at in the sky of when we see dogs and shit. That was actually a universe that was once living that has now died and took the form of a fucking animal and the power of necromancy.
I think that's what he's saying.
God damn! So it's a death of the universe that we are looking at. Yes. Oh shit! Fucking G, did you not get that? Thank you, Fireliners. Oh my God, I get it. Thank you. So damn, even that is still 6 ether worship in the fucking sky. Okay, G, fuck, thank you so much. I told you I'm gonna stay on some shit until I know somebody can explain it better and I can see what you're saying. So G, you know the constellations, right? Fireliners mentioned those constellations. Like some of that shit look like a dog, and some of that shit look like a bull and shit. Those little stars and shit, right? G. You know what I'm talking about? Those constellations that look like you know what I'm talking about. Come on, hurry up, because I got to pee. Do you say yes or no, motherfucker? Because I need to know, because I got to pee. Shit, because I get it now. You understand what I'm saying, right? That is the death of a universe that took the form of an animal kind. So you see how these stars these little stars turned into a goddamn dog and shit. If you look at some of the constellations, they look like fucking animals. That's because a goddamn universe, which is a ball of ether, had fucking evolved or died. And it turned into an animal looking thing with the constellations. So it started from a universe, and then it died, and then it took the form of an animal, and that's what we're looking at when we're looking at the stars, which is still six ether worship. I get it. Thank you, Fireliners. That's what I couldn't see. Like, show me where it looks like after it dies, and thank you so fucking much. Like, fuck. So do you get it now? So even in that, even in saying, look, you see the dog, or you see the motherfucker with the arrow, or you see the bull in the sky, you see all that fucking bullshit. That is actually a universe that has evolved into six, the zodiac. And the death of a universe takes the form of an animal of animal kind and the power of necromancy. So they taught us to marv over these little animals, figures in the sky, and that's the death of a universe.
And worship them, which gives them power.
Which gives them fucking power. And we are still worshiping the dead as above and so below. Damn. Thank you, Fireliners. Now do y'all see it? I told you, I knew some of you motherfuckers didn't know, like I didn't fucking know, but goddamn Firelines had to fucking show me a goddamn constellation, and that motherfucker is a dead one, motherfucker. So now y'all heard it from here first, from Fireliners, goddamn it. Now I understand why I've never been interested in looking at them little dogs and shit like that in astrology, because goddamn that shit. I've never been interested in those little figures, the shit that the stars make. That is a dead fucking universe, y'all. That's a dead universe. G, do you get it? That's a dead universe. Now, I don't know if I said got it. I said you still listening. Come here, I said slow.
I got it. I see it.
Can y'all see that shit? That's some deep ass shit.
Right.
As above, so below, still got us worshiping the dead. Them niggas is slick.
And that's why they're able to hold on, continue to have power on the planet.
Damn, G don't get it. Okay, now we got to stay with G until he get it. Now, if you Fireliners, can you explain that shit to G or somebody? Well, what the fuck I just finally got? Because I'm ready to move on now. I'm like Babylon. I see it. I see it.
When a universe dies, it can't dissipate. Okay, energy doesn't dissolve. So therefore, it probably compacts into itself and thus creates a design that you see in the sky, and they have named those constellations. So you see Taurus the bull, or you see the Scorpio, or you see whatever that design is, which used to be a full fucking universe, but it has compacted itself, and the beauty of the Most High has made it into something that you can identify as a bull or a Scorpio or a lion or whatever. That is in fact a former universe that used to exist. And so now the delusion is that they have created a word called astrology, which has people worshiping Taurus the bull, Leo the lion, etc., which makes you worship the dead.
Yeah.
So if they're six ether beings, they're able to pull down that energy from within the universe and manifest that power right here. Am I correct in saying that? By the worship of the
because it's not designed for us. So what we should be doing is looking at, because of course we do know that the ancients did look into the sky, but they obviously were doing it for a different reason than what we're doing it for today.
Yeah, and we mentioned now the Most High, though. That's right, Father, that's because we practice what they would term, the closest term we got in English right now is astrobiology, not astrology or astronomy, where that's speculative. We knew where we came from. We knew the physical makeup, and we knew who we were. So that became the difference between getting the fucking reading.
Right.
Then,
so see that hit me when I heard you read that, because I used to do astrology. So that shit hit me because the reason I stopped doing astrology was because I thought that shit was all wrong. I just didn't know why it was wrong.
And listen, astrology from a scientific perspective is not really wrong. It's zodiacology, zoology that makes it wrong.
It's got to be wrong, Babylon, because we're dealing with the wrong fucking dates, the wrong calendar, the wrong...
Absolutely.
So I'm making a projection based on wrong input.
Yeah, absolutely. So that would, now I'm wrong in that would make it wrong, because the projections and the numbers and all that would have to be right within that science to say that it is a true science. And based on those facts, astrology is bullshit.
Exactly. Therefore, that part that said that it's giving power to sixth ether, because it's not our shit.
That makes so much sense. That's the part that came clear to me now, is the power of necromancy and why they have so much power. Because it is sixth, it is death.
And this tells you why they worship the dog. Right. Because in the book called Where and Where is Hell, Dr. York explains that the dog is the first level. I said this before on the show. Listen to me now. The dog star, Anubis, the dog, Jackal of the Dead, is the first level between man and jinn. The dog is the first level between man and jinn. So this attaches the mankind to animal kind and not tar kind, and separates tar kind from mankind and animal kind.
Okay, I was taught that the pronunciation is Ptah, P-T-A-H, Ptah.
Sound like I heard a dog come in. She might want to address that.
No, that's people in the background.
Oh, the letter P, that's my favorite letter. 16-letter alphabet, one of them. So the letter P is extraterrestrial. To make a long story short, it's not even from this planet. And the letter P in Ta is not pronounced.
Okay, so it's silent.
Yeah, just like PH takes the form of an F and called elephant, the letter P is not really a real letter. Like P becomes silent in psychology, but you hear it in philosophy, but it sounds like an F. So the letter P in English is really an F. And they don't tell people that, which would take you back to the number 6. F being the 6th letter. So
okay, let me bring in another call real quick, and let me give everybody a heads up that G still don't get it. But we got 10 minutes remaining before we go into overtime, and it's 14 pages in count 2. If I may go, knock this shit out. But let me bring in 706-351. Can we get a mic check?
What's the jumping for you, man?
Okay, they didn't mean to push one. Okay, 405-514. Can we get a 405-514? Did you mean to push one? No.
No,
okay. Let's keep it pushing. Okay. All right. It's your show. Okay. So we got like 10 minutes remaining, and so call in, Skype in, to hit the next hour of the show. Hopefully I can knock it out, because it's 14 pages, and we only on page 4. So we got 10 pages to knock out of 9-ball count 2. And G don't get it, so we'll talk about it later on. Because I want to make sure my nigga get it, this old man. He can't get it. I got it. I just want to put that on record. I got it. Now I understand what a universe actually looks like when it's dead. It looks like a damn constellation that's in the shape of a fucking animal. when you look up. Okay, number 5. According to a law of nature in the code of the opposites, there must be those who represent the universe in life and those who represent it in death. Because a being who represents life by nature cannot really represent death also. For the formula of life is the opposite of the formula of death. Therefore, since the prime mover in matter was non-ether, who put matter in the orders called universes, it stands to non-reason that those original living beings in the universes would naturally represent the living universe. And those original living beings were woolly-haired Ethiopian pygmies and their descendants called Ta-kind. Hence, mankind represents the universe in death, which is evolution. Goes back to astrology. 6. Just like any other living being, the universe is born, grows, matures, gets old, and declines into death. And that death is evolution. The coming of the zodiac, 6th ether, into power in person of original man and other death-dealing animals. Death takes the form of animal beings. I get this shit now. Original man, listen, original man, that's not us. Original man is the Phoenician, the Indian, and the Mongolian peoples. Mongolians are people like Chinese and Japanese. 7, mankind evolved from anthropoid monkeys who inhabited Indonesia on the equator. The summer season represents life and nature, and the winter season represents death. The monkey is one of the winter seed that came up as death out of the waters of Indonesia when the universe died. Since the Ethiopian, who is life by nature, could not represent physical death by nature, mankind had to evolve from monkey for the purpose of supplanting the Ethiopian so that death would reign and rule in its time and season. And this is evolution. Shall I slow it down? Should I rewind it back? Was that a lot? Was that a lot? Was that?
That was a lot, and it was good, Don. And if you rewind it, I think
that was a
people
lot.
would get it. I'm with you. Rewind it, Don, if you want.
Okay. All right. So we got like 4 minutes remaining before we go into overtime. So y'all know the number 347-884-9239 to go to the after party, Georgia Gospel, whatever y'all plan on goddamn doing around this motherfucker. You want me to go back to the you want me to go back to 6?
To where you started, Don.
I'll go back to 6.
Okay.
Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna go back to 5, where we stopped at the power of necromancy. So I go back to 5, where it says, according to a law of nature, in the code of the opposites, there must be those who represent the universe in life and those who represent it in death. Because of being, because a being.
I thought you was letting me in, Don, when you said okay. I was just
I was saying okay because I get it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It was a comma, so I used the okay for my comma. You know what I'm saying? That's where you you throw in what you want to throw in your little one word. Okay, is that right?
Yeah.
Get it. So let me go back. According to a law of nature in the code of the opposites, there must be those who represent the universe in life and those who represent it in death, okay? Because a being who represents life by nature cannot really represent death also. For the formula of life is the opposite of the formula of death. Therefore, since the prime mover in matter was non-ether, who put matter in the orders called universes, it stands to non-reason that those original living beings in the universes would naturally represent the living universe. And those original living beings were woolly-haired Ethiopian pygmies and their descendants called Tarkine. Hence, mankind represents the universe in death, which is evolution. Now we on to 6. This is the part. Well, actually it's 7. But 6. Just like any other living being, the universe is born, grows, matures, gets old, and declines into death. And that death is evolution. That's the coming of the zodiac, 6 ether. That's the coming of the zodiac into power in person of original man. So he made a difference between original living beings and original man. The coming of the zodiac, 6 ether, into power in person of original man and other death-dealing animals. Death takes the form of animal beings. Original man is the Phoenician, Indian, and Mongolian peoples. Mongolians are people like Chinese and Japanese. 7. Mankind evolved from anthropoid monkeys who inhabited Indonesia on the equator. The summer season represents life in nature, and the winter season represents death. The monkey is one of the winter seed that came up as death out of the waters of Indonesia when the universe died. Since the Ethiopian, who is life by nature, could not represent physical death by nature, check it. Mankind had to evolve from monkey for the purpose of supplanting the Ethiopian so that death could reign and rule in its time and season. And this is evolution. That's where we stopped at.
Wonderful. That's excellent. That explains the monkey shit. Okay.
Yeah, and remember on the Planet of the Apes, they hate being called monkey. You know that, right? They'll kill you if you call them a monkey because they know they ain't a monkey. But this some deep ass shit. So we got 90 seconds. We about to go into overtime. I'll let y'all talk because the little British bitch cuts me off when I'm talking.
Okay. That just made so much sense to me. I was just thinking about to these, hate to say it, but to these NOI cats, and when they refer to themselves as the original Asiatic black man, it makes perfect sense why they praise the Indian, you know, and the Mongoloid types. And yeah, that really put a piece to the puzzle together for me on that level.
Say that again now?
Yeah.
About the original man?
Yeah.
Fucked him up right there, didn't he?
Yeah, right. That's it. They fucked a lot of these things up with that original.
And you know, that shit is in all caps. Like, let's get this in our heads. That shit is in all caps and bold. Original man is the Phoenician, the Indian, and the Mongolian peoples.
and it speaks to why he speaks in a manner which he do to his congregation, that original Asiatic man theory.
Don't say to his congregation, say his students. He's a teacher.
He's a teacher, okay. Yeah. I just said that just put a piece of the puzzle together for me on that level. What you just read.
Yeah, but see, they get you locked in the spell because if you're not like a traditional religious person, if you don't believe in Islam or Christianity or any of those, you in the next spell, which is evolution, you all came from monkeys. Both of those are...
That's why he said that the identity of the Ethiopians, the Ethiopians became identified with mankind through evolution. See, it became identified with the whole shit you just said, Fireliners.
Yeah.
Through evolution, they went on through us in that bitch too, and we became identified as their evolution process.
And that's in my death. Both of those paths are death.
Okay, let's go into 9 because we got less than an hour now remaining. So let's move forward. Okay, so we clear on the winter season and all that shit, right? No, we in 8.
Yeah.
We in 8. And how they decided to supplant themselves, supplant the purpose of supplanting the Ethiopians so that death could reign and rule in this time and season. Okay, right. 8. When a universe gets old, it weakens. And in order to regain its strength again for survival, it must rest. That is, go through a long period of loose relaxation. Relaxation from its highest standards, which require the greatest concentration of its best energies. Damn. So, shit.
Relaxation forms its highest standards.
And he called it a long period of loose relaxation. Wait. This is some interesting shit. When a universe gets old, it weakens. And in order to regain its strength again for survival, it must rest. That is, go through a long period of loose relaxation. Relaxation from its highest standards, which require the greatest concentration of its best energies. After the rest, guess what it's called? Evolution.
Right.
After the rest, called evolution, it is able by nature to regroup its energies and pull itself back to its highest standard and greatest existence, which is the summer of the universe. That's some powerful shit. That's the same shit I fucking do when winter comes. I just do long periods of loose relaxation.
Right.
I don't do shit. Hell yeah, I don't do nothing. Don't call, don't ask for no book. Don't motherfucker ask me to do anything extra. I don't do a goddamn thing. For real, because winter is there for me. That's some straight up, that's some ugly, nasty shit going around this motherfucker. Who can live in this shit?
Right. Nature shows us this. The trees are bare. The shit don't grow. It tells right.
Yeah, the leaves. The tree ain't finna do a damn thing, is it? That motherfucker ain't finna ripen nothing on that damn root of his.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Okay, I get it. So I'm clear. Let's read that part again now. You want to read it again?
Okay.
Some good shit right here.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
When a universe gets old, it weakens. And in order to regain its strength again for survival, it must rest. That is, go through a long period of loose relaxation. Relaxation from its highest standard, which require the greatest concentration of its best energy. After the rest, called evolution, so we know that rest is also evolution. After the rest, called evolution, it is able by nature to regroup its energies and pull itself back to its highest standard and greatest existence, which is the summer of the universe.
This is powerful. That's what we're going through now. This is what
imagine seeing that when they come out of hibernation, when one of them comes out of hibernation, and all of a sudden you just get a big ass explosion. Boom!
Yes. Yes, and the powerful part about it, Fireline, is when it says it is able by nature to regroup its energies and pull itself back to its highest standard and greatest existence, which is the summer of the universe.
Right.
Damn, that's beautiful.
Wow. That's what we have going on. That's what we have going on this planet right now. If you ask me that.
Because I remember a statement that was saying that we are all universes.
Right.
We just ain't that big.
Yes. We have everything that the universe has inside of our body.
Inside of us.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, do these people who are watching shit through these telescopes, are they watching one of these constellations wake up?
But that's before,
that would be some shit.
That's some shit right there.
Imagine that shit.
And I know they are.
You know, when something comes out of hibernation, they come out slowly, right? They just don't wake up and jump up, right? They come out slowly. So you would have to see those stars that are making up that constellation start moving apart.
Incredible. That means it's now Babylon. What Fireline just said, it now resurrects into 9 ether. It starts to resurrect.
Yeah. It decomposes, it decompresses and goes back to normal shape, which would be an explosion in the
Which would be an explosion.
Which would be the Big Bang Theory they keep talking about.
That's right. That's what it
was.
Wait,
right? I didn't hear that. Can I hear that again?
I can see that a universe is born again through nature, regrouping its energies and pulling itself back to the highest and greatest form, and then in the summer of the universe, boom, that explosion takes place.
That would be some terrific shit.
Yeah.
Everybody on this planet would fucking die.
Oh my goodness. Let's go to 9. The winter season, we're still in the winter of the universe. So the winter season of the universe produced the chimpanzee monkey. The winter season of the universe produced the chimpanzee monkey, and a branch of the chimpanzee evolved into the Phoenician race. The Phoenician race. An East Indian type of people who occupied the northern regions of Africa and certain portions of Asia, especially Western Asia, who are known today as Arabs. This people in the time past represented the sun god for Leviathan, the zodiac, which is 6 ether. In time past, the chief god of the Phoenician were called Elyon and Ra, but are called Allah today, and were called Zeus by the Greeks, and Jupiter by the Romans, and Marduk or Anu by the Babylonians. Did we get that? Ooh, that's some heavy shit. Everybody clear on that? Everybody sleep? No comment, huh? Ha! What, you didn't get it, Trinity? Let's do it again. The winter season of the universe produced the chimpanzee monkey, and a branch of the chimpanzee evolved into the Phoenician race, which is the East Indian type of people who occupied the northern regions of Africa and certain portions of Asia, especially Western Asia, and are known today as Arabs. Arabs, their god is Allah. This people, in time past, represented the sun god for Leviathan, the zodiac, which is 6 ether. In time past, the chief god of the Phoenicians were called Elyon. I'll spell it Elyon. And Ra, but are called Allah today. Allah today. And were called Zeus by the Greeks and Jupiter by the Romans, and Marduk or Anu by the Babylonians. 10. 6 ether is 9 ether in death. Just as mankind is Ta, P-T-A-H, in physical death. In count 1, which we did on Neff's show Friday, we define 9 ether as the combination of all existing gases and chemicals. Like 9 ether, 6 ether is conscious gases. Like 9 ether, 6 ether is conscious gases, but Sixth ether is not the complete combination of all gases and chemicals, meaning it is void of the gases and chemicals that are necessary for universal life because it lost them through age and exhaustion. This is how non-ether became sixth ether by the nature of nature. The zodiac is sixth ether in the atmosphere of the universe and in animal flesh and blood. Again, sixth ether is non-ether in death. The sun emanates non-ether during the universal summer, which is the universal life, and sixth ether during the universal winter, which is universal death. Ether is conscious fire gases. 11. The winter season of the universe produced the gibbon monkey. That's spelled Gibbon.
You can talk on your phone, you can text on your phone, you can do everything else on your phone, but you can't.
Give us a second, real quick. Okay, so the winter season of the universe produced the gibbon monkey, and a branch of the gibbon evolved into the Indian race. Are we clear? A branch of, now we went through the chimpanzee, is it the chimpanzee we just read? Yeah, a branch of the chimpanzee evolved into the Phoenicians. Okay, now we're into the gibbon monkey, and a branch of the gibbon monkey evolved into the Indian race, the type of people that live in India and Pakistan, and their descendants on other parts of the planet. Now, Phoenicians and Indians have crossbred down through the years, and many American Indians were crossbred with Mongolians. Like the chimpanzee and orangutan, the gibbon came forth from the waters in Indonesia on the equator approximately 18 million years ago. Like the time the chimpanzee and the gibbon, for their respective developments into a race, a branch of the orangutan also took 12 million years to evolve into a physical, erect people called the Mongolian race. This is heavy. Mongolians are people like the Japanese and Chinese and their descendants in other parts of the earth. The Phoenician, Indian, and Mongolian races are original man, the father and mother of all mankind. Mankind is all peoples with straight hair by nature. Mankind is all peoples with straight hair by nature. 12. When a body dies, it is exposed to water or atmospheric gases. That body will swell bigger and bigger. And this is one way we Ethiopian scientists know that evolution is death of the body called the universe, because the beings, the parts of the universe, swell to greater proportions, and this is development of decay. And Babylon mentioned that with the universe's contracts and yield, right? I think that's what you meant by it swelling. So let me go back. Let me get this clear.
Yeah.
I'm clear. Okay, let me get it clear. Okay, right, Babylon? That's what you meant by it swell, it contracts or some shit. You say yield or some shit.
Yeah, that's right, Don. Expand and contract. You're right.
Okay, so when a body dies, it is exposed to water or atmospheric gases. That body will swell bigger and bigger. And this is one way we Ethiopian scientists know that evolution is death of the body called the universe, because the beings, the parts of the universe, swell to greater portions, and this is development of decay. Evolution is the magnification of death in the manifestation of the zodiac. And the zodiac is 6. And 6 is the animal world and its powers including mankind, which is king of the animal world. I get it. Okay. We got 6 more pages. 13. The Phoenician race represents the sun for Leviathan. The Indian race represented the earth for Leviathan. And the Mongolian race, that's probably why they call Mongolian. And the Mongolian race represents the moon for Leviathan. And Leviathan is 6 ether, the zodiac, in the atmosphere of the universe and in flesh and blood called animals. That shit was incredible, right? The Phoenician race represented the sun for Leviathan. The Indian race represented the earth for Leviathan. And the Mongolian race represented the moon for Leviathan. And Leviathan is 6 ether, the zodiac, in the atmosphere of the universe and in the flesh and blood called animals. Ethiopians, here you read a brief introduction to 6, the chief of whom is mankind. The serpent symbolizes the sun for Leviathan. Okay, now that's the Phoenician race, right? The serpent, because they love the serpent. The crocodile symbolizes the earth for Leviathan, which is the Indian race. And the monkey symbolizes the moon for the same, for Leviathan, which is the Mongoloid race, the Chinese and who else? The Chinese and the Japanese, right? Because it makes sense because they worship the monkey, the Mongoloids, the Chinese and the Japanese. It all makes sense now. B is moving to the purpose of religion. Are y'all ready for
they remember now one part I caught. I tried to mention this earlier, where he said that the monkey, now this was some deep shit, walked out of the waters in Indonesia.
In Indonesia.
Now lay your hand, try to wrap minds around that. A monkey walked out of the water. Now it makes sense why he's speaking on the fucking alligator being one
and the serpent,
monkey being another, and now you got Homosaurus, a reptilian being known as a Phoenician, Indonesian, Indochina, Indo-European, albino reptile on his deathbed claiming to be God. The monkey.
And now it makes sense. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what's going on right here. That's the monkeys from Planet of the Apes, for real. And zoo, the zoo animals. And if anybody wants to do some research, look where Indonesia at, and then see why he used the word original man for the Indian on the map. Look where Indonesia at, and then look where the Aboriginal Australian is, and then you'll see the split in the two from the original, from the monkey man in Indonesia to the original in India and to the fucking Aboriginal in Australia. And you'll see those three, Indonesia, Australia, and India, splitting each other, where the monkey man split into two groups, being one black Hindu and one black Australian, and one with blonde hair 6 ether and one with dark hair 6 ether. And some of them moved up into what you call China, which mixed with the white man Russian. And there you go. That's the thing with them.
Thank you, Babylon. Okay, let's get into the purpose of religion. B, the purpose of religion. 14.
Oh, yeah.
If one does not know the composition and nature of what he worships, for all he knows, it may be a monster. Scientifically, religion is the interference of the dead into the lives of the living. Let's do it again. What's the definition for religion scientifically? It is the interference of the dead into the lives of the living. Holla if you hear me.
That's holler. That's strong. That's strong right there.
Scientifically, religion is the interference of the dead into the lives of the living. The dead are those negative forces of nature who must oppress, suppress, repress, and subsist on living substances and living beings in order to survive. 6 ether is the power of the dead, because it is evolutionary forces that cause things to get old, die, and decay. Therefore, the prime purpose of religion is to spellbind people to do the will of the dead for survival of the dead. Therefore, the prime purpose of religion is to spellbind people to do the will of the dead for survival of the dead. Religious worship increases the power of the dead and makes the dead stronger to cause more suffering and more death. And the more deaths there are, the stronger the dead get, unless the deaths are neutralized and counteracted by new cycle gases, which is the revolutionary cycle gases. Was that too much? Was that too fast or too much, or all at the same time?
No. Welcome.
Okay.
Right on time.
Okay. Everybody clear on that. Okay. 15. Scientifically, the Bible is the universal book of the dead. Again, scientifically, the Bible is the universal book of the dead. Scientifically. And scientifically, religion is the interference of the dead into the lives of the living. Scientifically, the Bible is the universal book of the dead. There is no one in the Bible today who is living. Everyone in it is dead. And the beings, sixth ether and ghosts, that people of that Bible were talking about were dead. Hence, by all means, it is the book of the dead, and those who believe in it today are dead, mentally dead. Therefore, in your mental death, which is universal ignorance, it is the preacher's job to get you ready for physical death to make the dead stronger. I repeat that again. This is too fucking heavy. We should have had a private goddamn meeting on this one. This shit him too heavy. We should have did this in the closet.
Man.
God damn.
Scientifically. Ignorance.
Huh?
Yeah, just universal ignorance.
Yeah, and it is the preacher's job to get you ready for physical death to make the dead stronger. Everyone in that book is dead. And the beings, sixth ether and ghosts, that the people of that Bible were talking about were dead. Hence, by all means, it is the book of the dead. And those who believe in it today are dead, mentally dead. Therefore, in your mental death, which is universal ignorance, it is the preacher's job to get you ready for physical death to make the dead stronger. Without a doubt, the Bible is the eulogy of the dead. Without a doubt, the Bible is the eulogy of the dead. And thereby, those who believe in it are worshipers of the dead. 16. Jesus is sixth ether, and God is ghost, the conscious gases of death. The two are opposites of the same thing. Leviathan, the zodiac. One chief symbol of the zodiac is the cross, which comes from the word crescent and crocodile. The words cross and crescent refer to the moon, and the moon is sixth power. The moon is a dead universal body that supports the cemetery and multiplies negative forces called demons and monsters and ghouls. The word demon means dead moon. Look at it. D-moon, dead moon. The word demon means dead moon and dead mind. The word monster means moon star, meaning moon actor. That's deep, ain't it? A star is an actor. That's some deep shit. The word monster means moon star, meaning moon actor. The word ghoul means ghost, soul. Let's look at the word itself because it kind of makes it difficult if you can't really see the spelling. G-H-O-U-L. G-H-O-U-L. Ghost. G-H-O-U-L. Soul.
Yeah, the
word ghoul means ghost soul. The word monkey means moon key. The moon is the base of the dead. And because it is dead, it supports and magnifies death. 17. We got 30 minutes remaining. I hope I can get goddamn, this bullshit. 17. God is the dead. And this is why they say you cannot see God and live. And is also why they say you cannot see God until you die. God is ghost, the gases that the dead emanate. Sixth ether subsists on the living being and eventually destroys the living being. And when the living being dies, it becomes God as the ghost gases evaporate into the atmosphere. Wherever you see the cross, the dead is there. Either the physical dead or the mental dead or both. We see the cross on the church and the mental dead hangs out there. We see the cross in the graveyard and the physical dead stays there. Ethiopian culture does not support the dead. And this is why our ancestors burn dead bodies instead of burying them. Dead bodies multiply and emanate negative forces that must live on and destroy the living in order to survive. Ghouls, which is ghost souls, ghouls subsist on dead bodies and get stronger and more powerful to possess people and create diseases or diseases and cause people to kill each other. 18. One reason mankind's civilization is so adverse, unclean, and chaotic is because in most cases, he buries dead bodies instead of burning them. The words Caucasianity, listen to the word Caucasianity, civilization, and Christianity. So you got civilization and Christianity is the word for Caucasianity. Are synonymous in meaning. The words Caucasianity, civilization, and Christianity are synonymous in meaning. For all three mean the Caucasian race's degree of intelligence. Therefore, another purpose of religion is to control the minds of the captive masses by keeping them ignorant so that the Caucasian, which means the posterity of the dead, can use them at will and exploit them for the benefit of the dead. 19. Take away from religion, especially Christianity, the doctrine of life after death, and little or nothing is left. So take away from religion, Christianity, the doctrine of life after death, and little or nothing is left. This life after death doctrine is the doctrine of the dead. This doctrine is why the preacher is getting people ready to die. And after death, the person is never able to tell anyone he or she was soundly and sadly deceived. Thereby, the ignorance of it all is sealed by death forever. The life after death theory is a trick which only the gullible cannot see. Religion is all right for mankind, but not all right for Tarkind. For Tarkind needs universal and natural science for survival and proper well-being. If the reader wishes to learn more about religion, buy and read the booklets called The Bible Interpretation and Explanation. Those Bible booklets are written by Amanubi Ra'akata, one of the teachers who taught us scientists who wrote and write these booklets called the Nine Ball. Let's go into alien education real quick. Hopefully we can get through it. See.
Goes around, comes back around. Hey, my
What goes around comes back around. Hey, my baby. Say what goes around comes back around. Hey, my baby. What goes around.
Mystical teacher sat by the seaside. It was about 5 o'clock because we heard the free ride. Anyway, the teacher was talking in stride, sitting upon a rock that was wide and warning against false pride. Come to where I reside, a woman cried, and the teacher replied, do you serve your fish fried? Yes, she replied, with potato salad on the side. And the teacher replied, well, where do you reside? She said, up on the hillside, it's not a far ride. If you came to have dinner, I would be so gratified. The teacher replied, it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you decide. She replied, 7 o'clock, do you like stir fry? She was mystified and felt so dignified. The teacher was coming to the house where she resides, so she purified with pesticides, calling her friends up nationwide. Some of her friends were tongue-tied. They felt so glorified. She made steamed fish, baked fish, fish that was fried, soup, steamed vegetables, potato salad on the side. You could smell the bread in the oven far and wide. Natural juices and water purified. Organic fruits brought from the countryside. With silver forks and knives placed side by side. You could not be dissatisfied. Looking out the window, staring at the mountainside, you would have died. 6:59, she's swollen with pride. As the moment intensified, there's a knock from outside. She opens the door, for the teacher has arrived. But to her surprise, it was a bomb who cried, please, I smelt the bread from outside. One piece. And then she replied, the teacher is coming. He's soon to have arrived. You're making me look bad. Come on now, step aside. The bomb then replied, when I say I'm hungry, I haven't lied. Give me some of that chicken that you just fried. She replied, chicken fried? No, that's for the teacher. You're not purified. Then she slammed the door and went back inside. Sat on the couch with the TV guide. She looked at the clock. It was 7:09, then 7:30. He still hasn't arrived. 8 o'clock, she was on the downside. 9 o'clock, by now she's teary-eyed. She pissed off and her anger multiplied. She cried, then fell asleep dissatisfied. Next day, she woke up and was preoccupied with meeting the mystical teacher who lied. Where could he hide? She ran down by the seaside. He was there teaching about false pride. You lied, she replied. You lied. You said you would be there at 7 o'clock. You lied. He replied, no, I have not lied. I came at 6:59 and you told me to move aside. I asked for bread and chicken that was fried, and you said that I wasn't purified. She replied, I wasn't notified. I had no idea that you was the bomb that cried. And the teacher sighed, then replied, this concludes our lesson on false pride.
What goes around comes back around. What goes around.
You'll unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Dawn Nicoleone Show.
Oh, yeah. Y'all already know what time it is. The moment that you've been waiting for. The one that you've been waiting to hear. The one that calls the call, that calls the text. Put your hands together for the baddest bitch in El Cologne. God, Nicoleone.
Cologne. I'm in the love of the all, and all love is in me. I am a part of the all, and the all is a part of me. I am one with the all, and the all is one with me. I can succeed as a part of the all and fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in the all as long as my wish is to stay in the all. I'm never alone. The all is, I am. The all can, I can. The all does, I do. Cologne.
Hey, Cologne, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dawn Nicoleone Show. Tell me y'all enjoyed that first hour, man. That is the 9-ball, Nubian, 9-ball count 2. Dated January 13, 2014. Man, great day, everybody. Hope all is well with you. Special shout out to all the callers on the call lines. You need to call in number 425-569-5274. That'll get you in, baby. One time for everybody over there in the after party. Great day. Bingy G is in the building. What up, Bingy? C9. What up, C9 him? Ethereum forever. Ethereum said, I stand with Russia. Special shout out to Miss Hudson's sister X. Gina, what's up, man? Hope all is well with you. El God, what up with you, babe? Good to see you. Well, I'm going to speed this shit up real quick, fast, in a hurry, man. I got a few things. I got to get my ass up, go to the other computer, and I'm waiting on my damn coffee to get here. Not coffee, it's actually tea, my bad. Waiting on my tea to show up. But, I got some few things. All right, let me see. I got a few things for you, man. First, I'm gonna play this shit. I just think this is so cute. I shared it on Facebook, and it's the cutest thing you ever want to see. It's about 2 minutes and 24 seconds long, and I am going to give me 1 second. Let me play it real quick. Hey, most simplest shit. I tell you, when somebody know this is the most simplified. I don't know. I don't even want to call it a breakdown. I don't know what words to call it. Shit. What would we call it? Oh my goodness! Why y'all ain't giving it to me? Hold on. I gotta remove a few things. Goddamn. I wasn't ready though. I swear I wasn't. I was just staring, man. One of them days feels like a Tuesday. Nope, feels like a Wednesday. All right, here we go. Let me try it again. There we go. Now I got your ass. All right, y'all ready? Check this out. I'm not going to explain. I just want y'all to hear it. Okay? And let me give y'all some big camera action over there in the after party. All right, got the little camera action.
You want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant.
Hold on.
Well, that's got nothing to do with the realities. You can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in that self-perception or to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production. You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. You know, it's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. Makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different things. With children, wow. You know, there's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. When a 4-year-old boy comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm a girl," here's a good follow-up question: what is a girl? That's a question I would like to throw out to other members of the panel. Actually, because just like the 4-year-old can't answer what is a girl. Well, this is one of the problems with this left-wing gender ideology is that no one who espouses it can even tell you what these words mean. It's like, what is a woman? Well, can you tell me what a woman is?
No, I can't. What do you define a woman as?
An adult human female. You know, here's the thing: when you're female, it goes right down to your bones, your DNA. So that's why if someone dies, feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that.
I got to rewind it back. My coffee just got here. Hold on.
It got nothing to do with the realities. You can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in that self-perception or to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production. You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. You know, it's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. Makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different things. With children, wow. You know, there's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. When a 4-year-old boy comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm a girl," here's a good follow-up question: what is a girl? That's a question I would like to throw out to other members of the panel. Actually, because just like the 4-year-old can't answer what is a girl. Well, that's got nothing to do with the realities. You can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in that self-perception or to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production. You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. You know, it's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. Makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different things. With children, there's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. When a 4-year-old boy comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm a girl," here's a good follow-up question. What is a girl? That's a question I would like to throw out to other members of the panel. Actually, because just like the 4-year-old can't answer what is a girl, well, this is one of the problems with this left-wing gender ideology is that no one who espouses it can even tell you what these words mean. Like, what is a woman? Well, can you tell me what a woman is?
No, I can't. What do you define a woman as?
An adult human female. Here's the thing. When you're female, it goes right down to your bones, your DNA. So that's why if someone dies, we could dig up their bones 100 years from now. We have no idea what they believed in their head, but we can tell what sex they were because it's ingrained in every fiber of their being. I have answered the question. You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a woman?
Womanhood is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not
but
myself.
You used the word. So what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right. So here's the thing. So I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a woman. Womanhood is something that is an umbrella term. It includes people
that describes what?
People who identify as a woman.
Identify as what?
As a woman.
What is that?
Was to each their own.
But listen, you won't even tell me what the word means, though. So
you
that's
want to
the
reduce
problem.
women, you want to reduce men down to maybe just their genetics, our genitals, our chromosomes, right? That's what you're saying.
What you want to do is
that's what
you want to do is appropriate women. You want to appropriate womanhood, and turn it into basically a costume that could be worn.
One more time.
Well, that's got nothing to do with the realities. You can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in that self-perception or to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production. You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. It's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant. And whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. It makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different things. With children, there's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. When a 4-year-old boy comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm a girl," here's a good follow-up question. What is a girl? That's a question I would like to throw out to other members of the panel. Actually, because just like the 4-year-old can't answer what is a girl, well, this is one of the problems with this left-wing gender ideology is that no one who espouses it can even tell you what these words mean. Like, what is a woman? Well, can you tell me what a woman is?
No, I can't. What do you define a woman as?
An adult human female. Here's the thing. When you're female, it goes right down to your bones, your DNA. So that's why if someone dies, we could dig up their bones 100 years from now. We have no idea what they believed in their head, but we can tell what sex they were because it's ingrained in every fiber of their being. I have answered the question. You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a woman?
Womanhood is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not
but
myself.
You used the word. So what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right. So here's the thing. So I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a woman. Womanhood is something that is an umbrella term. It includes people
that describes what?
People who identify as a woman.
Identify as what?
As a woman.
What is that?
Was to each their own.
But listen, you won't even tell me what the word means, though. So
you
that's
want to
the
reduce
problem.
women, you want to reduce men down to maybe just their genetics, our genitals, our chromosomes, right? That's what you're saying.
What you want to do is
that's what
you want to do is appropriate women. You want to appropriate womanhood, and turn it into basically a costume that could be worn.
Turn that shit into a costume that can be worn. They want to wear that shit as a costume. Yo, all right, one more. Oh, speaking of women, though, I found this. Shit. Let me find it. I'm gonna find out about this. But doctors have finally ruled menstrual cramps as painful as heart attacks. So here's this guy on TikTok talking about it. Okay,
doctors.
This shit.
Doctors have finally.
Wait. Let's make it bigger.
Doctors have finally ruled menstrual cramps as painful as heart attacks. Heart attacks. I remember the last time I stubbed my toe. Forget a heart attack. I thought I died. I thought I was actually dead. I thought I needed to be revived. I thought I needed CPR. I thought I needed to be electrocuted to come back to life. I thought I needed something. Y'all walk around having a heart attack for days at a time. Are y'all okay? Like, I just don't get it. So you wake up, you work, you clean, you cook, you drive. And y'all are having period pains that feel like a heart attack. And let me just say, I thought that period pains was like cramp, stop, and then you get another one in an hour. I learned like a few weeks ago that they are continuous throughout the day. You know the last time I had a heart attack for days at a time? Never, because I would have ripped that uterus out my body.
Sorry, yeah, that shit was quick. This shit kind of woke my ass up. I know it probably don't mean a goddamn thing to nobody, but this shit kind of woke my ass up.
Let me get my files together because we really about to get into this Rufus and Shaka Khan sweet thing. Because, baby, somebody done lost their damn mind. And then got the nerve to start off wrong.
Stop yelling. Okay, ooh, goodness. Okay, here's what it actually says. Okay, this is quite interesting. Great day, Miss Hudson. Great day, Patrice. Doctors have finally ruled menstrual cramps as painful as heart attacks. This actually came out in 2018, but I want to actually find it. I don't want to do L. I want to do doctors.org, but it keeps redirecting me. All right, so matter of fact, maybe Yahoo Finance can help me out. I can go straight there. Because I'm not doing no goddamn L. Want to hear from these goddamn lab coats. All right. Ooh, look like I ain't got no choice but to do L. Okay. Fuck. Let me get on this other computer. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. All right, let me pull it up. Doctors have ruled menstrual cramps as heart attacks. Okay, fuck it. All right, here we go. Oh, I spelled cramps all wrong, didn't I? All right, here we go. Bum. Where's the little doctor story at? From the doctors. All right. Ooh. Fuck it, Fox Now. We'll take it to Fox Now. Okay. Doctors rule menstrual cramps as painful as heart attacks. St. Louis doctor. No. This is not gonna help. Let's go to this one. Ain't but two lines. They don't really give a fuck about women. Menstrual cramps are almost as bad as having a heart attack, doctors say. Let's see if this one works. It shouldn't be surprised you hear that menstrual cramps can be painful. You might be stunned to know just how painful they can be. Menstrual cramps, technically called dysmenorrhea, can cause pain that's almost as bad as having a heart attack, according to Dr. John Gillibaud, a professor of reproductive health at University College London, who made the comparison to quartz. All right, the pain is severe enough that it is the leading reason women younger than 30 miss work or school, according to WebMD. Yeah, let me take my ass. American Academy of Family Physicians. Let me go there. Give me a second, yo. Oh, this is a lot. Oh, no. That's too much to read. WebMD. Let me see. All right, menstrual pain. Menstrual cramps causes pain. Nope, this is not it. All right, back to the fucking article. Where the hell is the doctor shit at? All right, fine. I'm going to L. I have no choice. But to go to L. All right, although we know that menstrual cramps, period pains, whatever you choose to call it, can feel like you're being repeatedly punched in the stomach from the inside out, explaining this to other people, generally men, can feel like a lost cause. Worried about being dismissively diagnosed by coworkers and friends with female conditions such as being delicate, dramatic, or oversharing, blah, blah. This is bullshit. That's why I just want to straight to doctors. Goddamn, this is bullshit. As painful as a heart attack. Yeah, let's do it that way. Nope, that's Snoops. Oh, well. Oh, well. Can't find it. All right, maybe let's go to Insider. Maybe they don't talk. Okay, there we go. Back in 2016, Quartz published an article on the monthly misery faced by women all over the globe, period cramps. The story acknowledged that menstrual pain can be serious and even debilitating, and yet there's no disappointing, all this shit popping up. There's no disappointingly little research on how we can treat it. But the story had a resurgence on social media last week after UK zeroed in on a single quote from the piece. Reproductive health professor John Gillibard told Quartz that patients have described cramp pain as almost as bad as having a heart attack. That quote sparked immediate interest. Other news outlets, including Marie Claire, picked up the story and it spread like wildfire on Twitter. Too many women, the comparison wasn't so much surprising as it was glaringly obvious. But gynecologist Dr. Jen Gutner, who wrote a popular women's health blog, has called the comparison into question. In a new post published Friday, Gunter wrote that period cramps are often much more painful than heart attacks. If you are waiting for, here's what it says, if you are waiting for terrible, excruciating chest pain to tell you that you are having a heart attack, well, you are going to miss the heart attack. That's what she said. Heart attacks often produce vague symptoms of mild pain. That is why many people ignore them. In addition, more than 40% of women have no pain with heart attacks. It would be dangerous for women to think that a heart attack should be at least as bad as their menstrual cramps. Besides pain, heart attack symptoms can also include shortness of breath, a lightheaded feeling, nausea, vomiting, and unexplained tiredness, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. But primarily, dysmenorrhea, the scientific term for painful periods, always hurts. Period pain happens mostly because of substances called prostaglandins. Prostaglandins. Gunter explained in the post. So they're released from the lining of the uterus and make it contract. And during these period contractions, pressure on the uterus can be just as high as it is during the pushing stage of labor. That's all I said. That bitch got it from me, Newbie. What up, Newbie? This old dumb Dr. bitch got that shit from me. I've been telling everybody. I said cramps ain't nothing but goddamn labor pains. That's all it is. Get you ready. It feel like labor pains. The only difference is labor pains turned up to the 10,000 billion gigawatt pain. It's that motherfucker. But I can handle labor pains. I don't need nothing for it. Shit is easy. Okay, moving right along. Anyway, it's as high as it's during the pushing stage of labor, okay? So if you need an analogy to describe period pain, use labor or cutting your finger off without an anesthetic. That was her say. Now, anyway, so when I saw this shit, right, let me share my thing with this shit, because I still got an issue with, man, I do. I got an issue with this type of, great day, G. I got an issue with this type of motherfucker. What up, Jay Illa? The ones, because I keep seeing these niggas arguing and females agreeing with, these brothers have an issue of women being masculine. Y'all know that. That's bothering the shit out of me, right? It does. It just bothers me. So when I saw that a few doctors said that menstrual cramps is like having a heart attack, right? Then I saw Homeboy. Well, no, first I saw Homeboy little video, you know. Let me find little man again. Let me play them one more time just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. Save face right here. Hello. Here we go.
Doctors have finally ruled menstrual cramps as painful as heart attacks. Heart attacks. I remember the last time I stubbed my toe. Forget a heart attack. I thought I died. I thought I was actually dead. I thought I needed to be revived. I thought I needed CPR. I thought I needed to be electrocuted to come back to life. I thought I needed something. Y'all walk around having a heart attack for days at a time. Are y'all okay? Like, I just don't get it. So you wake up, you work, you clean, you cook, you drive. And y'all are having period pains that feel like a heart attack. And let me just say, I thought that period pains was like cramp, stop, and then you get another one in an hour. I learned like a few weeks ago that they are continuous throughout the day. You know, the last time I had a heart attack for days at a time? Never, because I would have ripped that uterus out my body.
Okay, so when I heard this little young cat, right? When I heard this little young cat, I'm like, you know, this old masculine shit, in a negative way, how women, which I don't understand the whole masculine shit anyway, but how they're saying basically black women, right? Because we are of the masculine race anyway. So when I heard Lil Man speaking about this, it hit me again. Like, goddamn, like, because we so busy, we're not even paying attention to what we're bearing. You know what I'm saying, G? Like, we as women know the fuck y'all know. But, you know, we don't even pay attention to that shit. We just, you know, go on about our fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing. It doesn't, and I guess that shows a form of, a natural form of masculinity. Would that be it, newbie? Would that form like a natural form of masculinity? Like, that nigga's like, I can't believe y'all do this shit all day and y'all just keep going with this shit. And so what I think whether these brothers lack the information or the knowledge of the female herself, the body herself, even for the doctors to say, it's like having a fucking heart attack, but we just keep our day going, our next day going. It doesn't fucking matter. And I honestly believe that the males are the feminine motherfuckers bitching about a woman's strength or what they would consider she's too masculine. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, we carrying damn near a 8-pound thing in our bodies and nothing can stop it. You know what I'm saying? We are, like you said, if we're having heart attacks all day, it ain't stopped us not one bit. If that is a form of masculinity, or what some would call feminine, then feminine must be stronger than masculine. You understand? Then femininity must be stronger than masculinity. Yep, I gotta say it. Because we are built to carry loads or pain like it ain't fucking nothing. So that would be considered, I don't know. I gotta find out more about this shit. But yeah, but homeboy kind of woke me up with that one right there. That was this morning too. I saw that shit. Come on, newbie, give me a mic check. How you doing today?
Hotep, Don. I'm doing my best. How are you?
Great day, baby. I'm doing good.
No, I'm just calling in because I just wanted to chime in and say that this just only provides a renewed respect for the females out there, you know?
A renewed respect, like, God
yeah,
damn,
you have it.
I'm gonna start saying that shit. Like, I'm having a fucking heart attack. Leave me the fuck alone, bitch.
And then you still go on and incorporate everything else in your life. Keep doing that while you're in that pain. It's amazing.
So there must be a form of masculine, unless masculinity is less than femininity.
Unless, but I'd say it's above. It's above both.
It's above femininity and masculinity. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I get it. Cause I don't know what it is, man. But I just got a problem with these niggas keep yelling this goddamn. Women want to be they want to be masculine. Like, nigga, we ain't trying to be a goddamn thing. We're built this fucking way. You know what I'm saying? With no choice. We have no choice. Ain't that a bitch? We have no choice in the matter. We have no choice. This is the way we are built. Now, I heard a class yesterday, and I heard Dr. York say something about women. He was giving some old article to have doctors, blah, 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 some old stupid shit. And he said, when women are placed in a situation, let's say a car is on a baby. I think he mentioned a tree or something. Have you heard that class? And he said that bitch should have the strength of a million fucking men and can lift that fucking car off her baby. Absolutely. Or that tree off her baby. Is that masculine? Or is that above masculine and feminine? It's just something that we are naturally, and I know it's the Nubian brothers that have an issue with a natural, this is how nature just made us, up front and up center and in power. This ain't got nothing to do with none of that shit. If we can go through a heart attack for 4 fucking days and won't miss a goddamn beat, nigga. Come on, man. They need to chill out with that shit. They need to really study the body, the way nature has made her in her image and after her likeness.
You cannot be any less than what you are. That's how I see it.
I see it the same way. Yeah. You're so positive today, newbie. Where you always been. You ready to get into the C.I.A. files before you leave me?
Yeah.
You have to read this shit sideways, player. All right. So you got to flip your screen, but you get a chance. Can you drop it for me so I can set it up?
All right, I'm working
on it. Got to get into the C.I.A. files early. Damn, I thought I had something else, too, to show y'all. But newbie goes mobile at 3. So that sucks because I need some help reading these C.I.A. files. Damn, I had one more to show you motherfuckers. Oh, well. Waiting on you, newbie. Get it to a player. All right, so we about to get into the C.I.A. files. We on, oh, shit, I forgot now. I think 68. We on 68, file 68.
I believe so, yes.
File 68, page 4, paragraph C, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even write it down. See, now do I have short-term memory loss or long-term memory loss?
Not at all, Doc.
Do I have onset dementia, motherfucker? Because my K plus motherfucking level is normal.
I send you a bag of bananas.
I hate bananas too. I hate that shit, but you get it. You can get it in greens and oranges and shit like that. You know, somebody you gotta fuck with them goddamn monkey ass shit. Gotta fuck with the muckies. All right, thank you, newbie. All right, y'all ready to dance? Let's jump right on into this classified. Newbie, you like this shit, don't you?
It's informative, to say the least.
Okay. It's interesting, man. It's scary too, man. Shit here, like, God damn. And along with the fact that I'm watching X-Files, now I rewinded back to the first season.
The first episode of that season 10, that one sent me for a loop.
Oh, I don't remember. I have short term, and I probably watched it last week. What was that about?
When he said ARVs, alien replica vehicles.
Oh,
and that they
right.
had the technology.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Did you ever get a chance to check out Unacknowledged?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All of that go hand in hand, don't it? Unacknowledged, Dr. York, Above Majestic, X-Files, what we know anyway without a confirmation. This shit is wild. This shit wild. All right, we on 68. Is this the trip? Yep, 18 pages. All right, y'all, we on file 68 of the declassified, redacted bullshit. And how you gonna see this shit? You
this
can flip
is a QR code. You see that little you rotated it.
I did rotate it. Now I got to pull it up so I can sit down because I'm tired of going back and forth to the computer. So there it is. You gonna try to make it work?
We're
gonna work it out for us. We're gonna make it work. We got 2 eyes. Well, 4 eyes. He and eyes. Okay. Let me pull it up. I hope they give it to me on this one. This goddamn computer. All right. I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay. So it says blank as a secret document. Period.
That's it. This is the most secret document. Goddamn. So fuck. Okay.
Okay. In the petrol cigarettes, it says?
Wait. My bad. We on 4, right?
We're on
4.
page 6, I believe.
No, we on 4.
When that's
page 4, stress and strain research. That's the one we left off of.
Hold on.
Right. Yeah, so scroll to page 4. That's where we left off. Because you did. I tried to do all that. I struggled. Yeah, we on page 4 though. Stress and strain research.
Let me turn it around. Oh my goodness. This looks like a QR code.
What up, DeBrock? What up, Jay Illa?
All right, here we go.
We need to print it.
You think it will look any better?
Well, if I print it, I can actually write out the words. I used to do that when I was younger.
Oh.
Bring in the color. You can make it out better if it was in your face.
I guess you could change the contrast of when you print it. If that was
true, you can.
Maybe I'll print one page and give it a try. All right. The smart gas, the inner gas.
Where are you?
You said page 4, right?
Page 4.
C, stress and strain research. All right.
Right. Okay. Stress and strain research.
Okay.
And you probably need to zoom in a little bit if you can.
Yeah, I did. I really zoomed in.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Stress and strain research. Naritrin. What the hell does it say? Okay. Blank have also developed a new compound, alpha pepperidil.
I'm about to look that shit up. Just you keep reading.
Then it looks like benadryl hydrochloride for use in narcolepsy, in emotion, fatigue, and depression. Amphetamine-like in action, but according to claims, it also. This is bad.
Okay, let's stop there. I'll give you a minute. It is the alpha 2 piperdil benzodrol. Yeah, benzodrol. Have no idea what it does though.
It's probably an anesthetic.
So smart. But yeah, it's piperdil. DYL, benzyl, BENZHYDROL.
Oh, it says for use in narcolepsy. No, it's an opposite. So it must be an upper. It says for use in narcolepsy and
hydrochloride.
Hydrochloride.
Okay. Hydrochloride. Got it.
For use in narcolepsy and emotion, fatigue, and depression. So it's an upper. Amphetamine-like in action, but according to claims, it can something.
Wait a minute. Did you mention anything about fatigue and depression?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, that's fine. have also developed a new compound, alpha-R peperidyl benzodril hydrochloride, for use in narcolepsy, in emotional fatigue and depression, and amphetamine-like in action, but according to claims, it can behave.
But according to claims, not. The word is not, ain't it?
Is it not?
Not, according to claims, not as non-habit. Is it
not
habit?
As habit forming? Habit forming, causing little or no. Is that insomnia? That's what it looks like to me. Insomnia.
Let me try to do it.
And no rebound effect. Through the cooperation of blank, 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 this substance is available to the agency in ample amount without something to us. I want to say cause to us. I'm not sure. Ooh, this is bad.
Without something to us for what?
And then it looks like teaching or something.
That's what I thought. Okay.
The company expects to extend its work of stress research into aging and diseases of old age in its way, right? Laboratory of basic
medical science.
Medical science, correct. All right. Whew. This is rough. All right, B.
Man, there's no way we're going to pull off E. But I know it says executing executive and staff members contacted. Let's skip that one because I don't need to. Because it's back to Dollatron.
Okay.
And the unit Dollatron was developed acceptable to something, unless you can see it.
Gentlemen, we are to be glad to cooperate with this agency. Okay. So this is E, right?
You might as well skip to the next page. Fuck me.
This is bad. This is real bad. All right, 5. Let's see.
Damn, I wish this motherfucker was legible. Man, this looks like a lot of good information.
It looks crazy.
Come on. We'll make it work. Let's go to the next page.
5, right? It looks like meeting with staff members in the occurrence with blank, blank, blank. The section chief of solvent preparations.
And the conference, right? In the conference with blank, blank, blank.
Right.
Blank,
in the
blank,
conference
blank.
with blank, blank, yeah. The section chief of solvent preparations. Then followed problems are something. Oof. Discussed.
It's something. Discussed.
Problems were discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. The final total synthesis of IS.
What does IS stand for?
Lysergic acid.
Lysergic acid. Okay, that's LS, y'all. Lysergic acid.
And of ergonovine. Ergonovine. I don't know what that is. This.
FDA, boy, Food and Drugs Administration.
So it has to be. This, I can't even make that out.
At ERGONOVI. Yeah, maybe ergon. It's side effects.
It looks like ergonovine or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it is used to stop or treat bleeding that happens after a birth or an abortion.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay, then it says this something. This has been accomplished and was subsequently published. Blank, 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 blank. See copy attached. This synthesis of LS, rebuilding from years of group research, requires
the synthesis of LS resulting from
years of group research requires such a complex procedure that kilo and larger stockpiles quantities cannot be expected, right, for the prevention of something looks like no attempt.
So you know what lysergic acid became?
Say again, lysergic acid?
Yeah, LS.
What is it? Did you find out?
I thought I did, but it's lysergic acid diethylamide.
Okay.
It's a psychedelic drug. It's still LSD. That's what it is. LS. Yeah, LSD. Lysergic acid yeah, it's LSD. That's what they're talking about.
Okay. So they're just condensing it.
Just the LS.
Complex procedures of kilo and larger stockpile quantities cannot be expected. All right. For the present, no attempt is now contemplated to use biosynthetic methods for the possible, I think it's presentation of the process.
You know, my dumb ass about to say amphibian, and what do you call them motherfuckers live in the water?
Amphibious.
I was gonna say that shit.
In
But
the
it might be
blank
the
laboratories.
alpha. It might be the alpha.
Say again?
It looks like alpha. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But it looks like solution is next to it. I could be wrong. It's now
it has an ION. I see something ION at the end. Possible.
Amphibian, man.
Application, Don. Application.
Yay! Application. This possible application. Yes. Good job, man.
In the blank laboratories. Okay, so the synthesis of, it looks like argon, right? Argon. This is bad.
Process in the
blank laboratory.
Yeah, probably is. Shit, agent. Let's go to the word agent.
Probably agency's laboratory. The synthesis of argon and something else. Agent. Yeah, wait and look back at it. It looks like inclination.
Out of childbirth. So something dealing with childbirth. Agent, something childbirth and treatment.
Of migratory.
Think childbirth. Remember, this deals with that other drug dealt with bleeding during childbirth and abortion. So, it looked like we know it's an ing at the end.
Right. Infiltrating. I don't know.
Infiltrating. Let's do it. Fuck it. Childbirth and treatment of what?
Looks like migratory.
Oh, you ain't gonna be able to get that.
No, and also the was also made possible by its Mentor.
Of the DL, and that's the other word. The DL lie. What's that word again? I told you. Lysergic.
Lysergic.
Yeah. Lysergic. So to.
You see the soul too. I see something says non.
Oh no, soul to DL. No, I don't know if it's soul, but it says something to DL dash.
I think that's also. That looks like also. Also made possible.
Also DL lysergic and some old shit. This shit is difficult, man.
Made possible by something. The something fusion of the delivery. And then it says acid to diisoglycerin, it looks like. Made hydroxide, blank, conversion to it might be that ergovino again.
Yeah, that's it.
Which last step had previously
something.
Appointed by blank. See copy attached. What is this now?
Derivation have been said in the biochemistry department, headed by blank, and are available to us for further study. That's about as far as I can get.
Yeah.
Something about stress again, right?
Yep. Something is it's that lysergic acid again. And have been prepared in the biochemistry department, handed by blank, are available to us from further study. One.
I cannot see this shit.
This is bad.
I don't know. I saw stress, but that is too long of a word.
There's an ESS there. I don't know.
Resistance, or somebody said. Shit me.
Lysergic acid again. Something in being studied by blank.
I'm starting to think this is the most important fucking document.
It is, because you can't see it. This is probably the most important part of it. Blank, who offered to inform us when faults.
Man, it's no need to try to read this shit. I'm telling you, I'm scrolling down. This shit is ridiculous.
It's getting worse and worse.
No way to read it. No, I'm serious. You can take it, do some homework, try to copy it on a sheet of paper.
Yeah, I'm going to have to print this joint up because this is crazy.
Yeah, because this is difficult. I don't have a printer, unfortunately. This is hard. All these pages are fucking this is ridiculous. Yeah, we're going to have to print it out. They're wrong for this shit. This is evil.
It is. They know what they would do. Come on.
This is wrong as fuck, man. This is the most important document here.
This looks like a copy of 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 a copy, you know? It just kept on getting lighter and lighter, and they didn't even have to redact it as bad as it looks.
It's terrible. Fucking evil, man. Shit sad. God damn, this is the most important one.
I gotta find this file some other way, because,
Okay, that's 68, right? Maybe we can find it you're right, from somewhere else. Let's just go to 69. This is evil. I'm pissed. I'm mad. This is like watching a bootleg fucking movie, man. It's terrible.
And you know, I can't do that. The bootleg movies, I just can't do. I can't do that.
Zena is giving us some of the words. Zena, how you able to see this shit? Bring your ass on. Where are you? How you able to see this shit?
She's like a forensic.
Zena is like psychotherapist, a very capable contact for psycho and psychiatric problems. This has been accomplished and was subsequently publicized. What the fuck? Zena, what the fuck, nigga? Can we use your eyes?
Where is she?
What the hell? I don't know, man. Zena, I don't know how Zena able to read that
Zena
shit.
must have the real file in front of her. Zena, who you work for?
I thought all this shit was the real file. Zena, we need your help, baby. We need your help. This shit here ain't working. This shit here is difficult. She said that part was a long time ago. Okay. All right. Let's take our ass to 69, man. My nerves bad.
My computer's acting up. I don't know why.
Oh, mine too. How about that?
This is crazy.
This one that I'm on, now I got to get my ass up because the computer tripping. All right, I'm going to get to 69. File 69, y'all. This is just a memorandum. It's 2 pages, actually 1 page. But Office Memorandum, United States Government, dated August 11, 1953, to Chief Security Staff Research from Chief Technical Branch, SRS. Subject travel approval for blank. Blank has proposed a trip to blank, 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 beginning August 16, 1953, and terminated August 23, 1953. The purpose of this trip is to attend to the following matters of the order listed. Oh, this shit blanked out. 17, blank, blank, attending, blank, blank, through, but are you fucking kidding me? If approval is granted, please sign, man. This shit here is ridiculous. Man, C.I.A. need their ad kick for this one.
A different browser.
They need their ad kick for this shit, man. What number I'm on? 70? 71. Memorandum regarding Artichoke Conference, March 20th, 1953. Chief Security Research Staff, Office Memorandum, United States, from Chief Technical Branch. On March 20th, 1953, between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock a.m., blank and the writer discussed blank recent trip with blankety blank blank and blank blank blank. Blank brief blank and blank concerning the collection of botanical material and problems involved in this work. Blank explained where and how the material was obtained and discussed the many problems involved in obtaining botanical materials in countries in which there are few botanical experts, and the country itself is not interested in developing and studying their natural resources. Blank pointed out that he is quite familiar with blank, 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 and stated he felt research and exploration along botanical lines in this area would be valuable. He thoroughly approved of the trip of blank, blank, blank to blank and offered full cooperation of his division in any further work planned along these lines. It is the opinion of the writer, based blank, 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 statements that he would endorse botanical exploration carried out on a large scale if properly guided, blank, blank, and is of the opinion that such work would be highly productive. It is the intention of the writer in the near future to propose an additional project for botanical research in blank, 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 probably using postgraduate students in botany and blank, blank support along these lines and is regarded as important. The writer feels definitely that blank will support such a project without reservation on the basis of his own research, travel, and knowledge. Sounds, oh shit, I can't read this nigga handwriting. Sounds something, but first wait and check the results of the trip before we encourage an extended project. I'm mad about this shit. This is like some bad ass fucking weed. And why this shit won't pop up again?
What are you up to now, Dad?
Good question, Bob. I just set my ass back down.
This is 71, right? So we're going to 72?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was 71.
71. I just did the letter. That's the Artichoke Conference. I'm past. Oh, is that?
That was 71.
I'm on 71 right now. Is that what you're asking?
Yes,
no, I'm on 72. Handwritten document, hard to read, 1953. Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus. That's the number, 70. Oh, what the fuck? It's a handwritten document. It ain't that hard to read. I got Newbie and Zena. We can figure out this handwritten document. Come on. It ain't bad. It ain't bad.
Let me squeeze it open a little.
Yeah, it ain't bad. Let me go to handwritten document, hard to read, 1953, one page. Okay. Yeah, they're easy. Some of y'all can't read in cursive. Y'all want to talk cursive. Y'all ain't gonna be able to read this shit.
What are you saying? I carried out your very something suggestion. Right? To go to the something embassy. I'm assuming it's U.S. Embassy. With the very problem. There's the
wholehearted
what? Cooperation? It looks like?
It's cooperative.
It looks like cooperative.
Cooperativity.
All right.
Computive. Wholehearted cooperative.
There's something after it. I mean, unless it's cooperativism. Blank, blank, blank was able to turn over the shipment to the
evil motherfucker. Pure fucking evil. I hate these motherfuckers.
Some words you can just make out, and then the other ones are just like illegible.
Whoever it is, he says whoever the fuck it is.
With something. Free service. Example. Something baggage.
Talk about free service at the something fifth of the
exam.
Baggage. That's baggage.
Mm-hmm. Baggage, yeah.
Baggage what though? Baggage. He wants the secretary to write it. That's the same word again.
It's crazy, yeah.
I'm telling you, it's something else. Computative service. Computative service.
Oh, it looks like it looks like expectation or something.
Expectation. EXPECT. Okay. Right? Yeah. I don't know.
And
what's the word, Zena?
Those look like two P's to me. Extrication.
Service both of the blank blank. Mm-hmm. Will the blank blank agree?
Agree to ship the actual
the employer I done skipped that shit. Their employer of this situation, or there's that word again.
Helpful.
And directed. And directed that the
sect of specimens
would likely.
And who knows what the hell they was. It even looks like Washington worshiping by Washington, right?
Nigga, what word you at?
By Washington Express or Airpress?
It is fucking Washington Airport. Washington Airport.
Yeah, you got it.
By Thursday, the 17th.
Yeah, the meeting. It's a meeting. There you go.
This cooperation. What did it say?
I'm looking. Is that canceled or? It looks like I canceled or crushed.
C.A.B.L.E.D. Able. What's the enable or able? I don't know.
It look cooperation. It looked like curfew or something. Culprit.
Eisenhower. Evil. Aliens to collect. I'm just kidding. Yeah, bigger bomb.
Here to complete something complex. Emphasis. Complete emphasis to collect certain
material.
Something.
Material vary. This move succeeded. Is that succeeded? This move.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Succeeded with something expectation and.
It truly may last.
It truly may last. It truly may last weeks. Efforts,
yeah. Something.
No, it ain't, the word ain't weeks, but efforts is after it. Will be equally
successful,
meaningful, being somewhat what? Come on, Newbie. Somewhat.
I'm here. It looks like a B.
Somewhat of an exploratory trip for materials somethingtation.
Concentration?
Reliable.
I thought that was valuable contracts.
Contracts and affectionate.
Effectiveness? Looks like
for future exploitation. The time available.
Pressed. All too fast.
Of course.
Seems.
Okay, seems.
Of something. Of these.
Unimportant. Most important things that.
Seed. It looks like seeds with something.
Most important seeds with. You sure that if anything should happen, is the air.
Either of the.
Anything happens in the air, I guess by this line, either to the plane, either to the shipment, or the use, or the union, will be at facilities.
It looks like failure.
Eager to report to you and
others intended,
and only
hope
life,
that my
life,
efforts,
if I survive, if they don't kill me,
hope that my efforts will possibly, or were possible, then your
unified, uniform, something, use,
and pleasantry with
the result obtained
with, looks like will furnish the
foundation for further action.
Oh man.
Believe me, very seriously.
Very sincerely and gratefully.
Oh. What the fuck was this bullshit?
Man.
All right, we know it's a shipment coming in. We got to stop the shipment.
From Washington Airport.
Washington Airport. We got to stop it. Let's go.
What was his date?
They're about to bring in them plants, them botanical motherfuckers.
Yep.
All right, let's go to another one. Ooh. Lord, that was hard. That was
hard, Don. I feel like a cryptologist over here.
Hey, we're doing real good. See, we didn't go to school for this bullshit. We naturally have it. Fuck the white man.
There you go.
Thanks for us how to read English, though, bitch. All right, so let's go to 73. No, what file? 73 now?
73.
Okay, 73. Let me take my ass back to the other computer. 73. Are you already there? Then you can start it.
Yeah. I am, hold on here. Open it up a little bit. I am enclosing here with that's what it is, right? Or no?
Mm-hmm, that's it.
I am enclosing here with the import permit you requested in your recent correspondence to the permit at the something note was issued at the blank on
they bringing the drugs in, y'all, the plant.
9th of February, that's where it is. 9th of February, 1953. I regret very much the delay, but blank has been sick with the flu. The flu, huh? For the past 10 days and only returned to his office on Monday of this week. There's a whole lot of blanking, or if that's a space, I'm not sure. If you will note, the permit is issued to bring plants or plant seeds into the United States through the port of blank. I do not know how you plan
to
return to Washington, but in view of the point of entry set by the permit, I believe you will have to something yourself.
You will have to report yourself, or you will have to.
It looks like route, but I don't understand. Route yourself through. That's what it looks like to me.
They bringing the plants in, man. These goddamn drug plants. I know some of you niggas getting happy right about now.
They legalized it, Don. They're good.
They're about to start. They're still pharmaceutical shops all over the world. I sell y'all some drugs in a pill, plants in a pill. Let's go.
Okay, so grab yourself through blank, where some of this permit has been sent by the blank. However, if you find this initially inconvenient, I suggest you. I'm sorry?
Totally inconvenient.
Totally inconvenient. I suggest you take the matter up with the blank of the U.S. Embassy and they possibly could give you assistance. Although I am not sure of this, if you are willing to return blank, but have purchased railroad or
you are willing to return via blank.
But have purchased railroad or
airline tickets. They got to be able to get through. Bring all them plants in. What did it say? Airline tickets via what? Some other. There is no problem involved in that connection. Either void the tickets. Blank, or do nothing about this, and we will have them voided when you reach Washington. If you are traveling
on,
on the standard airline or railways, this of course
traveling
will
on
require
any of the standard airlines.
Any of the standard airlines or railways, this of course will require purchase of tickets through blank, which you can do on your own funds and subsequently be
reminded
for this. Reimbursed
for this expenditure. Yes.
Whatever you do, be sure to get receipts showing cancellations or refunds of money and
receipts showing
what, Martha?
Something base. Showing something
base of how tickets the ticket. This is necessary, so you will have no problems of having to account for the funds later. I hope you are well and that
the trip has not been too tiresome for you. We are looking forward to seeing you upon your return. Very truly yours.
This Mission Impossible. They'll say this nigga on Mission Impossible, then.
I wonder who this is.
That letterhead say Washington, D.C., baby.
Oh, it definitely does.
They bringing in the goddamn plant.
They're trying to secretly bring stuff in, either through the plane or through the train system.
I was a little girl in the 80s, and I remember hearing adult black people say, the government is the one that bringing the drugs in.
Makes sense, though, Don. Makes sense.
That's goddamn all C.I.A. for your ad. Come on, let's go to the next one before you goddamn switch on me. Which number we on?
What was that? Was that 72? Or was that 70?
We're on 74 now. Letter regarding Project Artichoke, October 13, 1953. Right, 2 pages.
That's 2 pages.
Ruby, tell me what is Project Artichoke?
Mind control, Don.
What was it formerly named?
Project Bluebird.
It's not a person, newbie.
Nah, Don.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Oh, good. I can do this one. October 13, 1953, on Friday, October the 9th, 1953, between 3:30 and 4:10, the writer talked with such and such in his office at such and such at his request concerning blank and the problems arising from blank work in connection with the artichoke problem. They got a problem.
That doesn't sound good.
Blank stated he is alone. He is what? Along the horns. That's a quote, like.
It must be, yeah.
Loan the horns of a complete dilemma. He pointed out, hold on, let me check it. Let me check the after party. Okay, Awana, okay. Great day, Awana. He stated he is along the horns of a complete dilemma. He pointed out that blank has worked almost 100 of the time, 100 hours probably, of the time, or of the time on the artichoke problem.
100% of the time.
100% of the time on the artichoke problem for the past 4 months.
4 months.
And heretofore.
Really? Really?
Well, and heretofore, this has not cost him any particular embarrassment, as he has other employees to carry out the work, but blank states with the new budget and personnel ceilings, he has lost the services of 2 employees and that he has received specific instructions from his division concerning a number of problems which require disclosure.
Absolute disclosure.
Absolute deadlines.
Deadlines.
Blank stated that to complete these projects, he needs the services of blank blank or someone who can carry out the work that should be done. Blank blank. He stated that blank blank services are outstanding in that he is a brilliant research man, but he has for many months on what? Something
some exhaustive research.
An exhaustive research work connected with artichoke, including the trip to blank and the further work that
resulted
from this trip after his return. It's the same guy.
Yep.
Blank stated he in no way minimized the work of the artichoke project, and he know, of course, that much of the work of the artichoke project went across the board into many projects that his division is working on. He stated he felt that definitely artichoke required more research and that he was concerned in trying to find a way whereby the artichoke work in his division could both have the benefit of Blank's ability and background. Blank proposed that consideration be given to something along the following lines. He stated that Blank had retired a number of years
ago
and
was subsequently, right?
You can't? What's the other word?
Subsequently through to the back something? To OSI. And returned back to?
Yeah, probably so. I don't know. He stated Blank could retire at any time and there was no problem involved. Brought back. Okay. Thank you, Zena. He stated that Blank had retired a number of years ago and was subsequently brought back to OSI. He stated Blank could retire at any time and there was no problem involved. He stated he had talked to Blank concerning the possible transfer of Blank to SO Rolls or something, and this subject had been turned down. Possible, parentheses, all this, blank, 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 on the basis that SO had no slot for a man of blank's position and salary. Oh, he's expensive. This blank, 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 in view of the, come on.
Is that familiar?
Following. In view of the following, something had occurred.
Had occurred to him.
Yeah, something had occurred to him that blank arrangements could be made for blank to be
kept in the agency
as a consultant to both OSI and security, particularly the Artichoke Project. He stated that that way so many days a week he could devote to OSI work, and the rest of the time he could give fully to Artichoke. He stated that in that way, it would give him a chance to bring another man in to fill the slot so occupied by blank, and would not encumber a slot in OSI or security. The writer as blank has been made cognizant of these ideas, and he stated emphatically that blank had not been informed of these ideas since they were merely thoughts being expressed to the writer at this time. The writer assured blank he would certainly not mention this matter to blank. The writer then asked blank whether or not blank himself would support the ideal of a consultant who would be used in connection with the Artichoke work, and whether they both would support blank in a consultant capacity. Blank stated he would support blank for such a consultant position, and stated furthermore he was absolutely certain that blank would also support blank in this connection. The writer made it very clear to blank that he could do nothing along these lines himself, since it was a policy made, but stated to blank that he would not support anything that would affect blank position unless it was with blank's consent. Ooh. This exercise. Let's go. What's the next one? That was 74?
74 that was, yep.
All right, 75, memorandum regarding proposed research project Artichoke, November 25th, 1956. 6 pages.
October 13, 1953. On Friday the night. Oh, okay, go ahead, Doc.
This is legible.
You like these, right?
Office Memorandum, United States Government to blank Chief Security Research Staff, INSO from blank Chief Technical Branch, SRS. INSO. Subject, proposed research, Artichoke. Date, November 25th, 1952. Oh, let me let these folks see it on YouTube. Give me a second. What number we on again? I forgot. This for YouTube.
75, right?
All right, 75. All right, that's for y'all, shout. Here we go. That's for the YouTubers. Okay. Reference is made to our numerous conversation regarding special proposed plant research in connection with new substances for use in the Artichoke program. Man, they're using nature against humans.
There you go.
As you know, blank of OSI has recently returned from blank, etc., in connection with research in relations to the plant P-I-U-L-E. Look it up. Okay. The plant P-I-U-L-E. P-I-U-L-E. What the fuck is that? What is that? What type of plant is that? And other similar plants of interest to you. These motherfuckers evil. It is the rhinoceros.
Pyramidalis.
It's a Mexican tempatilla fresco dating back to 300, 400 AD. What appeared to be the seeds of Rancho C.I.A.
are depicted falling from the hands of the Aztec rain god, C.I.A. This has caused some individuals to suggest that the seeds may have entheogenic properties. The seeds are called puil, a word which is also used by psilocybin containing mushrooms and certain species of mourning.
It's a black bean plant too. It's a bean plant. They red and black beans. Mexicans. They love them some beans, don't they?
Oh yeah.
It's a psychoactive activity. It's renowned for its psychoactive activity.
Okay. So it's like a shroom then.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Blank's trip very clearly now establishes that we are heading in the right direction and that the substances in which we have an interest apparently show strong toxic and narcotic qualities. It's evil, motherfuckers. On this date, Tuesday, November 25th, 1952, the writer spent 1.5 hours with blank, carefully going over the research to date, and then held a 15-minute conference arranged at the request of blank with his supervisor, blank, who is chief of the medical division of OSI. Ain't OSI is Office of Security Intelligence or some shit?
Yep.
As you know, blank has to have the authority of blank before he can travel or engage in any research. Although blank is chief of the pharmacological and biochemistry branch of OSI. As a result of this conference, it now appears that an immediate trip, blank, and areas south of blank, really, is essential for blank. Really, you ain't gonna tell us like we don't know y'all motherfuckers in Mexico. I am setting out below under individual headings the broad ramification of this trip and request that you and I have an immediate conference in this matter with blank and if necessary blank. I am requesting that the highest possible priority be attached to this trip for reasons which will be clearly explained below. A, individuals necessary to see in Mexico. No shit, you don't put it in the book. Blank had discovered that blank, a world authority on Mexican plants and narcotic and toxic drugs, is still alive and is residing and working in blank, has an easy entry to blank by his cover, which I will set out below and should be able to obtain first-rate assistance from this scientist. Blank has collaborated with blank, blanketed blank, and basic work on Piul, the plant, and hence blank will probably be blank, first point of contact. In addition, blank has arranged necessary contracts with numerous other individuals in the scientific field in blank and nearby to assist in this research. B, areas to be visited in blank. Blank will fly immediately to blank. He will do certain basic research and liaison activity in and around blank, and from there will proceed south to the blanketed blank, where we have clear records that the local blank Indian tribes are reported to have used and are now using Piul and other related narcotic plants. In this area, blank will do plant research, make field tests, and will procure actual specimens for future work in the United States in connection with the drugs. I'm so glad I was built to hate drugs. When they built my robotic brain, I cannot get my motherfucking ass. You man, get me on no goddamn drugs, motherfucker.
Same here, Don.
Huh?
I said same here.
Yeah, man, I'm so glad. Goddamn, everybody drugged around this bitch. That's why it's so easy to fuck them. Time of trip. It is essential that blank leave as soon as possible, for it has been determined that the collection of plants and seeds, etc., is at its maximum at the present time and will be for the next 30 to 60 days. Blank estimates the trip will consume 30 to 60 days, including necessary plant research. The writer has ascertained that blank is prepared to leave immediately in this connection and is furthermore prepared to undertake the rugged search and plant work required. Assistance necessary for blank. Blank has informed the writer that no assistance will be necessary for this trip except as he may require locally in blank. He is familiar with this area, speaks passable blank, and has contacts arranged blank. Blank will, of course, require some funds to purchase assistance and possibly to pay transportation costs of any blank scientist that blank feels may be of value in the field. Man, this feels like a goddamn movie. I actually see a goddamn middle-aged, big belly-ass scientist outside in a plant field and in a laboratory at the same goddamn time. Like, I see this shit. See this motherfucker testing. Authorization to pass quarantine for bringing plants into the United States, y'all. This is without the United States knowing. Blank has informed the writer that he and his associates in OSI will take care of all quarantine regulations and conditions necessary for bringing in the material obtained blank, blank, blank. Right under the nose of the United States, and they are a secret fucking order in the United States, the C.I.A., and they have, oh my goodness, biggest drug dealers on the planet, y'all. Fucking government. The fucking alphabet boys. Cover to be used. Blank will use the cover of the blank, of which he is a member. He will also be supported by necessary documentation from the blank, and from the blank. He, of course, is a well-known scientist, and by reputation alone is able to obtain a freedom of movement that other persons might not be able to do. Blank will carry the necessary chemical and biological testing equipment with him, and barring certain purchases, which he will have to make in the field, will carry nothing that would give away the exact nature of his mission. As an explanation, Blank will state that he is engaging in medical research having to do with the examination of narcotic drugs for anesthesia and related purposes. This is regarded by the writer as being a completely broad enough field to duly protect our interests. They always be under the cover of scientific discoveries or working like as a doctor or some old shit.
On national security.
Yep. Yeah. They always pretend they just some regular ass motherfuckers experiment with narcotic drugs for anesthesia. They do that shit broad enough field to duly protect our interests. That's why you can't believe none of these motherfuckers. The motherfuckers they put on CNN, any doctor they put right next to their ass on television, you cannot believe them. You better not believe them motherfuckers. Specific objects of this research. This trip will be to discover, test, and obtain specimens of the plant group known as Paoli, and many of its related plants. Research has now shown that these plants have strong narcotic toxic properties, which are of vast interest to artichokes. At the present time, very little is known of these plants, and confusion exists as to which are the ones of greatest interest to us. Blank will make field tests on the spot in connection with all of these plants to assure us no worthless material is collected. Blank will use a special test that he has worked out and used for over 15 years and which he knows to be reliable. Blank has already collected 30 specimens locally, etc., of related plants having toxic and narcotic properties, and is presently engaged in testing these plants for properties of interest to artichoke. Very little is known of this type of plant, and extensive research is therefore required. While in he will also attempt to obtain certain poisonous mushrooms, particularly the Paneolus, Paneolus.
Paneolus?
Boy.
Campanulatus.
What in the whole world, man? Yeah. It's also
poisonous mushrooms.
Man. Paneolus,
TUS.
It's a
Campanulatus.
Yeah.
Campanulatus. Paneolus campanulatus.
Then he's gonna look in there. He's going beyond the Call of Duty. Like, I'm gonna look into them poison mushrooms too, motherfucker. He's just going beyond. Brown mushroom that feed on dung.
Ugh. That's feces.
For real? You gotta pee?
Yeah. Dung. Like animal dung. Horse dung is feces.
This old motherfucker here. All right. How do you pronounce it? So I can read it again.
Paneolus campanulatus.
And closely related species which are found in the area to be visited. In this connection, it is known that these have a narcotic effect and are used by Indian tribes in ceremonies and for other pertinent reasons. It should be noted in connection with the use of mushrooms that the Russians have used narcotic mushrooms to produce intoxication and mental derangement for some time, and hence the artichoke interest in this field. They want what the Russian and Indians are having.
They're always copying.
I'll have what the Indians and Russians are having. Yeah, man, United States be way behind, don't it? All these files be read. They be talking about the Japanese already up on it. The goddamn British already up on it. The Russians up on it. The Germans up on it. We need to get our hands on it too. Like, it's just so late. United States are so late. They late on everything. Okay.
I think it's just complacency now. They let everybody else do the work and then they take over.
They be finding out what other people are doing. They want what they're having. And that's the same type of thing that when they show us models or celebrities wearing a certain clothes, then everybody wants it. The United States is the last to receive anything, not the first to do anything. They're the last. They're followers. They're copiers. You know? And I just believe that all these countries want to perform mass hypnosis on every last one of their citizens and their unborn children and shit like that. Fuck them up, drug them up, all that type of shit. Newbie, restart your phone. We about to go into overtime, boys and girls. Anybody want to call in? Oh, Zena, I'm sorry. I just saw your hand. Welcome, Zena. Give me a mic check.
Hey, mic check.
How long you been holding, dear?
I don't know.
Why you tell me in the chat room? You're on the line. You know I'm busy reading the C.I.A. files.
That's why I didn't say nothing. You're busy.
Shit. Okay, you gonna dance with us? You got some time?
Yep. Do my best. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, I can read this. So let's go to funds now. Funds necessary for this trip. Oh, y'all might got to restart your phone. 516, give me a mic check. This you, right, Newbie?
This is me now.
All right. Whew. Drugs, I tell you. I hate them. I even hate taking a Tylenol. I don't trust none of these bastards. Funds necessary for this trip. It is proposed that the Artichoke Project pay the total cost for this trip. However, if this is not feasible, it is felt that the trip expenses could be split with OSI, although the writer feels that the total payment, you know how we can follow the money, Newbie?
How?
If we go back in time during the 50s and read up on some of the budget that the United States was doing, this was fake as fuck, and it was being filtered to the OSI and to the C.I.A. You know how they tell the public, we're gonna give y'all railroads. Come to find out they railroaded the fucking American money to be funded this type of shit.
Come on. You know, they're charging you $200 for a hammer, you know, $500 for a toilet seat. Come on now. Everything's inflated. Makes sense.
Yeah, we can read their bills where their money was going back in the 50s. We'll find out that those humans back then was being duped. And all that shit was being filtered to the OSI, the CIA, and all of that. They just tell humans one thing, what they're going to do, and more jobs and all that fucking dumbass shit.
But notice how with these projects, they were very cost effective though. You know, they were budget, you know.
We're dealing with the 50s. It wasn't that expensive. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to pull off one of these projects today with $16,000.
Never.
Exactly. So, and we about to get to $2,000 at the bottom, and it makes sense in the 50s. That's a lot of money, but you can tell and say if it's not feasible. If y'all can't afford $2,000 dollars, I understand. But today they can, but it's more than $2,000 dollars pull off these projects they have. Now they dumping millions, hundreds of millions of dollars into some secret ass fake public shit. So that 2,000 turned into 200 million. Now, funds necessary for this trip. It is proposed that the Artichoke Project pay the total cost for this trip. However, if this is not feasible, it is felt that the trip expenses could be split with OSI, although the writer feels that the total payment by Artichoke would be advantageous in this connection. These funds will include all transportation expenses, including air travel between blank and return, train fare, automobile, hiring of guides, etc. Blank should also have funds with him for the purchase of field supplies, food, etc.
90
for
seconds.
the purchase of technical assistance in collecting material, for purchase of actual specimens in bulk, and any other necessary incidental expenditures as would be determined by blank. The writer feels that the trip must not be handicapped because of lack of funds and will recommend that blank be given a substantial advance prior to departure. The writer estimates that the trip expenses, including purchases of material, specimens, etc., should not exceed $2,000. The cost of a round-trip ticket to blank, 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 including government tax. Okay. We're in overtime, boys and girls. Authority for trip. Permission for blank to make the trip to blank will have to come from blank, Chief of the Medical Division of OSI. As mentioned above, in an informal conversation with blank, the writer ascertained that blank is apparently willing to give his permission for blank immediate departure. The writer requests that this matter be taken up immediately, since time in this case is definitely of
10 seconds.
If you believe that as soon as the artichoke problems involved are ironed out, we should arrange a conference with blank and firm up final details. The end. Goodness gracious. Ooh, is that the end of the letter? Oh, yeah, that's the end of the guy. Oh, no, one more. Goddamn, my bad. Ooh, I have to miss some important information. The following is taken from memorandum to blank from blank, dated, I don't know what number that is. The 15th, maybe the 16th, January 1953, subject, interrogation techniques. If the services of blank, a trained hypnotist, can be obtained, and another man well-grounded in conventional psychological interrogations and polygraph techniques in the services of a well-balanced interrogation research center could be established in an especially selected location. That's the end of all that I just read. Whew, that was a lot. Can't breathe. Out of breath around this motherfucker. Damn, what number was that? What number was that?
75.
Memorandum regarding drug use testing. File 76. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's the next one, yeah.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, Jenny? What the fuck is this redacted bullshit?
What is it?
Man, this paragraph, the last one is 8. We also discussed the use of sodium pentothal as an anesthesia and its relative effectiveness as a drug for loosening the tongue. Blank said that it is his conclusion, after years of experience with it, that a patient will speak no more freely under the effects of sodium pentothal than he will after liberal consumption of alcohol. It lifts inhibitions, indeed, he said, but should not be considered more effective for elicitation than getting a man drunk. All that might have been good, wasn't it? It's the interrogation, baby. They ain't give us nothing but one goddamn paragraph on this. Evil. Fucking evil.
Holding out.
God damn you evil bastards. Come on, you're not doing the project anymore, C.I.A. Surely you can let us read it all.
You sure they're not doing the project anymore, Dad?
No, of course not. The CIA would never. Our government would never do anything like this to us. Not currently. That's why the virus is real. Oh, okay, my bad. Let me go to the next one. Damn, what the fuck was I on? 6?
77.
76. That's the drug testing. Are we on 77?
Yeah, that's 77. That's up there.
Okay. I had to sit down and go to another computer. That's why. Okay. I can read it. Don't need your help. December 6, 1956. My dear such and such. Blank and I wish to thank you for your consideration and interest in the matters we discussed with you a week ago, Wednesday. The problems are unusual and unique. And as we mentioned to you, they have caused us to reverse and change our thinking in many ways. We thought that we would set out for your consideration again the basic problems that concern us and let you consider these matters in whatever free time you can spare. We know you are very busy, but know also what the fuck that word is? But something else. Oh,
that a
but we
challenge like
also
this,
know that a challenge like this to a man of your training and ability is difficult to resist. Set out below are merely a series of headings. Some of the details we discussed with you at our last meeting, and we hope in the near future we can go over these matters again with you. Any ideas you may have, or even random thoughts, we know would be most valuable. The only busy man I know during the 1950s is Hitler.
they're stroking somebody's ego here, Don.
It sounds like whoever it is, they scared. Goddamn shit. They really, you don't go out. They just goddamn being real careful with this motherfucker. 1, the production of amnesia, which could be regularly and successfully produced, is of extreme importance. Can you believe they about to produce amnesia on you niggas? Indirect, secret, or concealed induction methods are always of interest. Mechanical, visual, or auditory stimulation that will produce what? 1, 11, I don't know, that will produce something, huh?
Where are you? What number?
Number 3.
3. Mechanical, visual, or auditory stimulation that will produce, it looks 2, right? 11, or any suggestible state. Ill. I think it's ill.
You think it's what?
Ill, ILL.
That will produce ill or
ill or all.
That will produce something or any suggestible state would be most interesting as far as we are concerned. The names of any experimenters in this field and their experiments, no matter how weird, inconclusive, or unusual, are of interest. The use of any drug, chemicals, gases, or aerosols that could be or have been used as a trigger in this work are of interest. Long range or extremely complex problems in post-hypnotic control are of interest. Any ideas concerning the use of H? That's what it is. It's H. What's H again? Is it hypnosis? Yep.
I would think so, yes.
Yeah, it's H. Okay. Any ideas concerning the use of H or suggestion by orators to audiences of various sizes are regarded as important, particularly tricks of oratory, voice level studies, lighting effects, stage effects, or stage dressing. What the fuck did I just read? Voices can put your ass under hypnosis, motherfucker. Tricks of oratory, voice level studies. This is any ideas concerning the use of hypnosis or suggestions by orators to audiences of various sizes are regarded as important, particularly tricks of oratory, voice level studies, lighting effects, stage effects, or stage dressing. This is evil. They done mastered it by now, man. What year we in, shouted? 56? They got this shit on lock now. It's on the carpet.
Mechanical, visual, or auditory. Crazy.
They got you, motherfuckers. You tuning in to them motherfuckers, they got you. Oh my goodness. Which is some voices I cannot listen to. I will cut that shit off. I don't give a fuck. I will turn that shit off, okay? Sir, because they push your ass to fucking sleep. They put lullabying the shit out of your ass. Any ideas concerning, where am I? Was that 3? Damn, what number? H. That was 6. 7. The question of the use of olfactory stimulation by incense, perfume, or other type of odors as an adjunct to hypnosis or suggestion is of interest. Lord have mercy. They don't use everything against a Negro, against humanity and niggas. We don't make up humanity. 8, any knowledge which you may have of large audiences being affected by moving pictures, television, broadcast, except this when TV came out. We're in the 50s, y'all. See this? Any knowledge you may have of large audiences being affected by moving pictures, television broadcast, etc. would be appreciated. That shit is a weapon. Do y'all hear this shit? Are y'all fucking listening?
Perfume? Come on now. Really?
Oh, that I don't fall for no perfumes and shit like that and incense. Look here, boo. These bitches the TV done came out now at 6 years in. This TV dropped in the 50s, right?
I believe so.
This is evil. Do you hear, nigga, you better read 9, motherfucker. 8.
Did you read 7?
Yeah, I read 7. I just ain't give a fuck because it's goddamn perfumes and incense and odors that can put you.
You don't burn incense, Don?
Nah, nigga, I burn. You know what I burn, boo. No, I don't burn no goddamn incense, player. But when I stopped that shit, when I noticed that white America got a hold to them, white corporations, so they all I stopped that shit. Anytime white people get their hands on some natural tribal herbal natural shit, I stop fucking with that shit. I do not burn no fucking incense, player. I don't fuck with these humans, man. I know when to cut it out. But look here, though. Did you read 8? Back to you, Negro. Did you read 8?
Of course. Of course.
This is some dangerous shit.
Ridiculous. What's happening today? Come on now. All day. 24 hours a day.
Look, this nigga said, any knowledge which you may have on large audiences being affected by moving pictures, television, broadcasts, etc. would be appreciated. The possibility of developing a speaking technique before large audiences, which would include mannerisms designed to heighten group susceptibility. Look here, motherfuckers. That's that shit Don been trying to tell y'all. Whenever somebody will play some old high-pitched talking ass bitch and they all sound the same and I cut that hoe off instantly. No, I am not listening to this bitch. That's what they're talking about. That type of them tones, them voice, that shit put your ass to a fuck. I don't fuck with that. Nigga. Y'all remember that. Y'all know Nicoleone. Y'all know that shit. And be like, listen to this really smart black bitch on CNN. And I'd be like, as soon as I hear that whole voice, no the fuck I'm not. Stacey Abrams got it. They all niggas. They are all fucking hypnotic, fucking covert, sick fucks. I can come up with better names for that, but right now I'm a little flabbergasted.
Wait till you hit 10.
This is the best page. 9, one more time. The possibility of developing a speaking technique before large audiences, which would include mannerism designed to heighten group susceptibility. 10, any knowledge of experiments involving the classic theory that a person under hypnosis will not act against their religious background, training, education, etc., is of interest to us. That don't do shit to me. That did something for your dumb ass. That got you right there, New. Wait, I feel nothing from that.
You didn't feel that?
I ain't feel shit. It's them goddamn, boy, you got to be careful who you tune in to. So tell me how this gets you, number 10.
I mean, what doesn't fall under that? Education, religious background, training education? Come on.
Any knowledge of experiments involving the classic theory that a person under hypnosis will not act against their religious background, training education, etc., is of interest to us. What are they saying, newbie? That a person can still have their religion and their educational training even if they're under hypnosis?
That's what they're trying to say. It won't go against their religious background, training, education, etc. is of interest to them. So they're trying to convert these people. So they
can say that way, they can still be religious under hypnosis, right?
Right.
Right, exactly. So they can go about they can walk in the damn church, praise the Lord, and then shoot everybody up in that motherfucker. Well, religion is a form of hypnosis. Training education is also a form of hypnosis, which is why I'm not under it.
But they're saying that person that's under hypnosis will not go against their religious background.
Because religion is a fucking hypnotic spell within itself. And
of education.
All that shit is still a hypnotic spell.
But I guess that's why that's of interest to them.
Yeah, that's damn near everybody, except for me and my mama. But they gonna get my mama when she tune into that TV. They got a they got a trap set for every goddamn body. They got something for everybody. They the one that gave us all this bullshit. 11, any ideas of experiments which would tend to prove some of the above or would seem too dangerous, too shocking, too unusual for routine testing would be of interest to us. Wait a minute. Any ideas of experiment which would tend to prove some of the above or would seem too dangerous, too shocking, too unusual for routine testing would be of interest to us. What are they saying? I get the above.
They're saying everything that they said prior to this, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it be too dangerous, too shocking, or too unusual routine testing would be of interest to them. They're willing.
Right. So they're saying that it'd be of interest to me too, so he's telling the guy, whoever this motherfucker is, look here, we ain't afraid of this shit. We game. It ain't gonna spook us the fuck out. We ain't mind fucked. We ready. Is that what he's saying? So whatever you think is too unusual, too shocking, too none of that, we're still interested, okay? So give us all this back. Right? Give us what you got. This motherfucker talking to the Nazis. Newbie, have you ever watched The Watchmen with Regina King?
Yep.
You remember they put niggas in the movie theater. Niggas got their own movie theater back then. Remember that? Then they all watching their favorite movie. They couldn't wait for it to come out. This was in the 50s, wasn't it?
I believe
they
so.
They took us back. Remember on The Watchmen, it's supposed to be up to date 2000 and some change. Then they went back in time. Remember to even the Oklahoma bombing was in that bitch, wasn't it?
Yep.
So that's the 40s and 50s, right? So then they had the movie. Remember they put niggas had their own little movie theater, and what they did was put subliminal messages in the black movies that came out back then. They called it the movie picture, the picture show back then. Go watch that part again, New, because it feel like you don't know what the fuck
check it again. I vaguely remember. Vaguely.
It was the Nazis, nigga, the skinheads. They was performing mass hypnosis, and I tell you what it gets you. After that happened, every nigga in the movie theater killed each other. Remember that?
I remember that part, yeah.
That is the scene. So if you watch it again, you'll see that behind the moving picture, they was implanting hypnosis things for them to do to each other. Messages. While all them niggas back in the 40s, it was the 50s. It was the 50s. Putting it in the movies that niggas was watching. This shit go way back. Made me want to watch The Watchmen again. And next thing you know, they all killed each other. That was in the 50s. Inside that movie theater. So anyway, any ideas of experiments that would tend to prove some of the above or would seem too dangerous, too shocking, too unusual for routine testing would be of interest to us. Any knowledge that you may have of the induction of hypnosis by force, such as the carotid artery technique.
Carotid artery.
Thank you, carotid. That was all wrong, wasn't it? It's a carotid. Carotid. Carotid artery technique. Okay. Any knowledge that you may have of the induction of hypnosis by force, such as the carotid artery technique or induction following shock or trauma interests us. I just can't, I got my mind going in so many different directions, man. My subconscious is like fucking uncovering so much shit. Like,
what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
While I was reading that part, all I was thinking was, this is why I don't watch nigga shit. You know? I don't watch black shit. I don't watch nothing Negro. I don't. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like nigga coon ass shit. They put that shit in them fucking nigga movies all the fucking time. And kids movies. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do that nigga shit. I don't watch nothing nigga on TV. No nigga shit. I know they got it out for us and for everybody the fuck else but us first. You hear me?
I can see that.
Yeah. It wasn't Oklahoma. Well, in Watchmen, She-Doc, it starts off of the Oklahoma bombing in 1921. The little boy is a little boy. By this time, now he's in the 50s, it's 1950, and he works for a police department. So by this, 30 years later, he's like 30 years old or 35 years old in Watchmen. I know the fuck I'm talking about. You gotta watch Watchmen and follow me too. So yeah, it starts with the Oklahoma bombing. You remember that, Newbie? It starts with the Oklahoma bombing. He was a little boy and there was a little girl.
Yeah, they foreshadowed it.
And now
they foreshadowed it. Yeah.
It's like the 1950s where TV is there, the moving picture show. Everybody's watching movies and shit like that. Nigga in the black neighborhood. Show y'all that shit, man. And you already know HBO said, we are not giving y'all a season 2. And I said, you better not, bitch, because you done put all the truth in goddamn one season. You put all that in one season, motherfucker.
That's
so
right.
Anyway,
it never came back.
Huh?
It never came back. Is it even coming back?
Hell no. That's how they do it. They ain't gonna goddamn shot like you think. What else? I mean, I already know when they're never gonna do a season 2 because it's already all the information is already in one season. What else could you ask for? You know, what you want to be what you want to be stimulated or you want to be informalated? Information don't last long. Stimulation can last forever, right? You get in, you give them what they need, and that's it. But everybody else still want to be entertained. You see what I'm saying? I already knew. I said, ain't gonna be no season 2 of this shit. Just like Lovecraft, OJ, I was just about to say that shit too. Just like Lovecraft, I was like, they ain't finna come out with a season 2 because all that shit was already in season 1. That's enough. where else? You gotta go somewhere else to find anything else. But for people who just need the info, we good. People who still need a show to be loyal to, they the ones that be hurt. Like, they need to be stimulated. They need to be entertained. But nah, motherfucker, you just motherfucking confirmed a whole bunch of shit I fucking knew, bitch. But that's it. So, just like Lovecraft, just like Watchmen, just like Part 666, motherfucker, they shut that shit down, Part 666. It was revealing too much, and my dumb ass was talking about it too much. Sometimes you just gotta shut the fuck up.
What was that Part 666?
Part 666.
Yeah.
The fucking Dakota House up to date. Whoopi in that bitch. The Dakota House up to date, man. Adrian Dracado. But you know, it's just different names and all of that, but you can't fool me. You can't fool me, motherfucker. Part 666, the Dakota House, baby. Yup. That shit was so fucking good, and I knew it. I said, they can't come out with another one. If they put everything in that bitch. Everything in that motherfucker. Check it out, Part 666. Even me and Warrior will watch it. Warrior, even today, is still like, Mom, like they got rid of Part 666. I said, they had to, man. Hey, shit don't stay long, baby. You know, if you want to be entertained, motherfucker, or you want to be goddamn informed, or confirmed, they be putting that shit out there, but it don't stay long. I'm surprised the X-Files stayed as long as that, as it did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but 11 seasons.
Yeah, but shit like that do stay long because it ain't really like, you know, everybody's attention is on something else. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why X-Files stayed as long as it did, you know why? Because niggas all around the world weren't watching no fucking X-Files. Only a few Negroes was watching X-Files. That's why. Anything that niggas dominantly populate or dominate in television and shit, if it's retarded, if it's stupid, it can stay on forever. But if it's something that they're trying to inform the masses about, and the majority of niggas is tuning into it, that shit ain't gonna last long. Just like goddamn, what's that shit? We were just talking about Lovecraft. Shit like that, you already know they about to shut that shit off. They about to shut that down. You won't be getting a Lovecraft, motherfucker. There's too many niggas. Too many niggas feeling theyself. Too many niggas feeling theyself, boy. That shit that was so good. Too many niggas was feeling themselves. They was waking up. Put their ass back to sleep. Normal niggas was waking up. The dumbest nigga was waking up off that Lovecraft. All right, we grant that the above list is long and that any item individually could well deserve a PhD thesis, but we feel with your background and your long connection with this work, any comments or ideas you may have should be very valuable. Blank and I are looking forward to talking with you again. This probably will not be until after the new year, but whenever it is, we will call you in advance so that arrangements can be made at your convenience. Perhaps next time we can have dinner and go to some area more secure than your office at Rutgers. Is that Rutgers? Is that Rutgers? Is that Rutgers?
I'm looking.
Like Rooters? Ruggers? Like, you know what the fuck that is? Ruggers. R-U-T, Ragora? The fuck? Let me again.
At the bottom of the letter?
Huh?
Is that at the bottom of the letter?
The last
Let me
paragraph.
again remind you, although I know it is not necessary that the matters we are discussing
No.
are
The sentence right above, let me remind you. Perhaps next time we can have dinner and go to some area more secure than your office at Rutgers.
Rutgers, yeah. Rutgers.
Who?
That's Rutgers. That's New Jersey, isn't it? That's a university in New Jersey.
Damn show is. That's where Samantha applied for. They was only accepting 50. She was in the top 10 last year. They only be accepting like 50 fucking goddamn kids. She was in the top 10 of the 50, and I convinced her to bring her ass to Florida and go to this school close to me. So bitch, you ain't got no New Jersey, man. Okay, that's why I said that's rough. So we need to find out who the fuck this nigga is. It's easy to find who they speaking to. Whoever was maybe the president of Rutgers, or you know what I'm saying, the dean, or huge scientist at Rutgers. Got to be somebody.
Could be a professor too, psychiatrist or psychologist.
Right, it's because that's what she's going for, psychology. She about to mind fuck your kids. Fernanda. She going to psychology, man. She about to mind fuck all your goddamn grandbabies.
You should have her reading this stuff.
Huh?
You should have her reading this stuff.
Man, everybody thinks they can make a difference, right? Until the government contacts them and offer them a position they can't refuse. Then boom, they're diabolical. Always happens. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a mission to change the world, make it a better place. And then you hit up by the FBI, the C.I.A. before you know it. You're doing some diabolical shit for them. That's a motherfucker there. Let me again remind you, although I know it is not necessary that the matters we are discussing are most sensitive and are high. We have greatly appreciated your consideration and assistance.